He's a legendary broadcaster and presenter best known to giving members of the public a chance to be a millionaire. And, of course, Tiz was.
Oh, yes, I remember the days of Tiz was.
Come on.
But listen, in his new book... Go on, do it, darling.
Sorry about
in his new book, Chris Tarrant is bearing all. See what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there.
He's bearing a subject which is very close to his heart.
It's so annoying when you get legends on the sofa.
I know.
They're just silently judging us.
It'll be fine.
In recent years, he has swapped, show quizzes for grizzly bears. Not just bears, in fact, brown bears, black bears, all kinds of bears.
Yeah, Chris joins us now to tell us more.
So nice, Chris.
What a beautiful book.
Do you know, that publisher, I love them, they've done the last 2 books, and they actually like making beautiful books, which is nice. It's quite rare now, because everything's on Kindle or whatever.
It's the sort of book you'd have on the coffee table.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you got a coffee table?
I have got a coffee table.
I think we have.
Yes, I've got a coffee table.
This one, she's got coffee tables coming out of her
No, I've
ears.
only got one.
So where did the love come from fishing, basically? Is this an extension?
No, before fishing, I mean, just as a kid, my mum always took me to the London Zoo or whatever, and I loved, like the big male lions and all that stuff. I just loved bears. I was kind of obsessed with them. And then, yes, from fishing in places like Alaska, northern Russia, Canada, I get to see a lot of grizzly bears, particularly from a distance. We started taking 1 or 2 photos and all that. And, yeah, I mean, in recent years, I've seen lots. But they are, they are awesome in the real sense of the word. They're huge. I mean, they are absolutely massive.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful, but they're also incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
They're very
They
dangerous.
would kill you. I mean, they kill people in, like, less than 20 seconds. They would just rip you to bits.
But it's only the polar bears that actively hunt humans, is that right?
No, the grizzlies are...
Oh, grizzlies do as well?
Neither the black bears will. Black bears are weird because they attack a lot, but also they get to, go away. People hit them with frying pans and mainly they run off.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah.
The polar bear, I mean, what I learned from I did so much research about, bear attacks and stuff, and it was terrifying stuff. So by the end of all that, the last time I was going to go out to Alaska, I was actually quite scared. I thought, maybe I shouldn't be going. I mean, I've been before and taken a lot of the photographs, but this last year when I went, I was quite frightened, and I started having literally bad dreams about bears. It turned out I had a brown pillow, so it was nothing to do with that. But it was just like, do I really need to go and do this? But my mate Martin, who took nearly all the photos in this book, he said, you're coming at it all wrong. They will do you no harm at all. They want to eat salmon. They don't want you. They don't want to eat you. But just treat them with respect, which sounds cool when you're the other side of Atlantic. And when I got there, the first day, a really big bear came out just across the river. It's a shallow river. They could have just walked straight across. And I've got a guide and Martin with the camera, and I'm going, I really don't want to be here, thanks very much. And he went, just stay still, be quiet, and all that stuff. Whatever you do, don't run.
I didn't sign up for this.
Exactly.
Getting this close.
No.
So those experts...
Why did I write this silly book? The guide's fantastic.
They can tell
live with bears.
they
taught me
the
so
behaviour's
much.
going to
They
be
said,
like.
just get behind me. And I got behind, and this bear just sort of looked at me like, OK, and just wandered.
Oh, I'd be so scared.
Yeah, but once you get used to that, I mean, I spent the last week, we must have seen 60 different grizzly bears, and they just want to eat salmon. They don't want to eat meat. They don't want to, they really don't.
So when they say don't run, is that because their natural instinct was to chase because you're running?
Yes. The first time I came across that, we were doing, went to see gorillas in Rwanda. Went up this incredibly long climb through mangroves and things.
Wow.
And when we got to the top, there's a huge male silverback gorilla, like they're this wide.
Jeez, yeah.
And he's just looking at me like, shall I go and kill that silly little white man? Or shall I sit here eating a dandelion? And the guide, a different guy in obviously a different country in Rwanda, he said to me, if he makes a false charge, don't run. And I'm going, how do I know it's a false charge? It's just a charge.
Well, stop before he comes.
Anyway, it didn't, he didn't charge at all, and I just sat there and whatever.
So is that what they do? They do a false charge towards you?
Yeah, the bears don't. Well, the bears do sometimes.
Just to see if you're going to be scared?
Yeah.
So...
They're unbelievable, because in many ways they're just so human. Like, they have that, we love...
Also, and I spotted this the first time at London Zoo, they actually recognise you. They're very intelligent. I mean, like a chimpanzee, they've got a real brain. And I said to my mum, I'm sure that bear recognised me. I was there twice in the summer. And I said, I'm sure that bear recognised me. He sort of came over, whatever. And she went, don't be daft. She said that to me a lot. And when we were in Alaska last year, there was a really big, very, very clearly marked bear. And, it was the same one. On about the Wednesday, he came back on the same trail. And he looked at me and he sort of went, hello, Chris, you all right, mate? And just wandered off again. We had a thing with a really big female grizzly bear with 2 dear little cubs. And 3 or 4 of us were sitting down where the sea came into the river, where there's obviously a lot of salmon running in. We were all together one evening taking photographs down there. And this big female came up and she just put these 2 little bears at our feet and wandered off and caught us. I know. And I thought, this is silly. Wandered off, caught a salmon, brought them back, and the bears, you know, all chomped in, the kids and they wandered off into the woods. And I said to the guy, what's that about? Well, no, yeah, what it is that the biggest danger to little cubs is not man, it's actually male grizzly bears. They will eat them, you know, so, and they try to all the time. So she obviously thought, I mean, again, this is the guy telling me what's going on. He said, I see this a lot, because what is happening, she is plonking them in front of you lot, because no male grizzly will come up when there's like 3 or 4 blokes standing around.
Yeah.
They'll back off. So they're safer in front of you than me just feeding.
That's intelligent,
I know,
isn't it?
You learn so much from them. I love them.
Yeah,
but you know, there used to be 100,000 grizzly bears in California alone, and they've all gone. I mean, since 1920, I don't think there's been a grizzly in California.
We had them in here for a while, didn't we? We had some
We had
bears
them in the UK, apparently.
Yeah, we did. And we were still bear baiting. You know that horrible thing where you used to chain a bear up by the feet and bulls would come running in and all this stuff?
Chris, this is, in many ways, this is so lovely because you've spent so much of your life in a TV studio or in a radio studio, and it almost feels like this is now, you know, what you ought to be doing at the stage of life you're in, right?
It's what I wanted to be doing all the time.
This was the passion.
Yeah. I mean, I am quite obsessed with them, you know. But I love all that. I just never had time in my life.
Of course.
You know, doing silly radio and silly television.
Yeah.
Not a proper job.
Yeah.
So now I have a great time. I have a really good time now.
Great.
You know?
And
but people always said to me, when you retire, you know, you never retire. You know, one of those people who just wants to. I don't want to work. I'm that.
Good for you.
Did lots of that. Did loads of that.
She keeps threatening every time. Every time she gets a bit tired, she's like, "Oh, Baz, I've had enough."
Yeah, I've not.
She's not going anywhere. Let me tell you.
I love you too much that time.
Stop at you. So, Liz, Chris is clearly a bit of an expert when it comes to all things bears.
Yeah.
So today we're going to turn the tables on a brand new game. It could be a Grammy game show and put Chris's knowledge to the test. It's time to play Who Wants to Be a Billionaire?
Not another show.
Did this last time. You know,
Quiet in the studio, please.
hang on. I went to a lovely little kids' school a while back, and we all played Who Wants to Win a Chocolate Eclair? Which should be a TV show.
so much better.
It should be so much better.
Who wants to be a
Okay,
million
question
bear?
one. Here we
Dermot,
go.
you're trying to get your own back on me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because you and your
I
dad.
remember this.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Okay, which
love it when
country is home to the highest number of wild brown bears in Europe?
I tell you what, I think it's Romania, but it could also be Ukraine, because in Ukraine, they've stopped hunting, and there are a lot of bears now wandering about Ukraine.
Do you want me to give you a little choice?
Can I phone a friend?
No. I've got some options for you.
Charles
Is it
Bradford.
A,
Oh.
Romania?
Oh.
Is it B, Russia? Is it C, Sweden? Or D, Finland?
Do you know, Alison, if you were a game show host, you'd starve. It's Romania! Final answer!
Correct!
Hey! What have I won?
No, you've still got another question.
I've got a book.
Okay, the next
Hang
one.
on, let's think of the next question. What is a group of bears
Oh, come
commonly
on, Dermot,
called?
put some drama into it. Come on.
What?
Scare me, baby.
OK. Well, you've done very well
You've
so
gotta give
far.
him more.
You could walk away right now.
Right.
Go on, give him more.
Is it A, a cuddle, B, a sloth, C, a pod, or D, a dawdle?
Dawdle.
Dawdle of bear.
It's like scone as well. Do you say sloth or sloth?
Sloth.
It's a sloth.
You're going with B?
And the answer is...
Hey!
Oh, well done.
That's it. Thank you. I've had
Give
a
us
lovely
the book
day.
as a present. And you've won, Chris, this book. It's for the love of bears. It's out now.
I can only dream of getting this
Congratulations.
book. I've only got a shed load at home.
If you could sign it for Alison and Dermot, we'd be very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Welcome back to This Morning. Now, it's a story that's very close to our hearts here at This Morning, personally and professionally.
Yeah. Right now, nearly 1 million people in the UK are living with dementia, but those whose lives are impacted by the disease is far greater.
Now, one person who has been at the forefront of the fight against Alzheimer's for many years is legendary broadcaster Fiona Phillips.
Known for her bubbly personality and warm demeanour, Fiona Phillips was one of the most recognisable faces on breakfast television.
I'm Fiona Phillips. It's all going dreadfully well here. Is this Monday morning? It must be. I've forgotten to put the contact lenses in.
But in 2008, the much-loved broadcaster decided to leave GMTV.
All of life's big things have happened to me since I've been here, and throughout you have supported me so much. I cannot tell you. I've spent hours in my dressing room, just crying over your letters and cards. So thank you so much. It's been such a privilege sharing my mornings with you, and I won't forget you.
The difficult decision to step away from her dream job was so that she could care for her father. He'd been recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's, not long after Fiona's mother had also lost her battle to the same disease. Through documentaries and campaigning, Fiona shared her family's story in the hope of raising awareness and finding a cure.
With all this research going on, that's why money is needed for research, to give everyone hope.
Juggling life as a mum with 2 young sons and her commitment to campaigning, she was widely recognised for her contributions to the fight against Alzheimer's. But sadly, away from the cameras, in a cruel twist of fate, Fiona was set to face her own devastating diagnosis. In early 2022, shortly after her 60th birthday, doctors confirmed Fiona's worst fears. The symptoms she thought were due to the menopause were in fact early onset Alzheimer's. More than 3 years on, Fiona's fight against this cruel disease continues. Well, Fiona's still committed to her mission to raise awareness of Alzheimer's, chronicled her story in the new memoir, Remember When, with the help of her husband, fellow broadcaster and our former boss, former editor of This Morning, Martin Dressel. Martin, welcome. It's lovely to see you again.
How nice to be back.
It's good to have you back, actually. It's really nice.
When did you decide you wanted to write this with Fiona and share the story?
Well, funnily enough, people think, oh, gosh, is this like a diary of... is it a companion? Is it a help book? No, it's not. It's none of those things. It started off literally when I noticed, or when we knew that there was Alzheimer's, it was to give her a purpose, first and foremost, to give her something to do. Because you saw from those clips there, I mean, this is a bubbly, smart... You know what live television's like? Most of our life has been in live television.
Yeah.
Fearless woman, very modern woman, and all of a sudden it stops.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of Fiona's problem just now is that she's got bad depression because she wants to work. She'd love to be here. She'd love to be here. She's not well enough today to come and talk to you. She'd love to be here talking about those things. So this was basically a vehicle to give her a purpose. So she wrote it with her good friend Alison Phillips, who you know, former editor of the Daily Mirror. I wasn't going to do anything about it, and I said to the publishers, shall I write a couple of paragraphs just from my point of view, from the family's point of view? And they said, that'd be good. I ended up doing 24,000 words because the more I thought about it, the more I got into it, I just got very angry that we don't talk about it. It's kind of, you become invisible with Alzheimer's. No one wants to know because it is just so horrible.
What's so lovely about the book is how honest Fiona is and how honest you are about your relationship, how it affected your relationship. When you didn't actually know she had Alzheimer's, you just thought she was moving away from you and she disconnected from the boys and you, which was so incredible.
So when I think about it, it probably takes us back, it's almost like 5 years ago when we first noticed things are not right. And you just put it down to, is it just a long marriage? Is that just the way things go? And I thought, there's more than that. And the mood swings were very obvious. And so I hoped against hope that it was menopause. And so we went and had menopause tests, and she was put on HRT. But the brain fog didn't move. It was still there. And that's when we thought, I think we need to go and get tested for, quite frankly, what her family had been riddled with.
And in the back of your mind, is that always there because of that family connection?
Yeah, you do. You think that her father had it, her mother had it, her uncle had it. Her whole kind of family has always been with it. And so you think, crikey, I mean, you just get on with life. You think, but at some point, and I think she does as well, she says in the book too, she knew this disease was going to come knocking at some point.
And obviously the decline of her father and her mum, it must have been in the back of Fiona's mind always as well, that she probably inevitably was going to get it.
There's an interesting, I forget how many, it was a couple of years, maybe 3 years ago, she said, one day she said, right, we need to clean out the loft, the attic. We need to clean out the loft. And I said, why? Because we'd moved house, for 15 years, the boxes
Yeah.
were still up there. Everybody has it. We just hadn't taken stuff out, don't want it. It was left up there. And why? He said, well, we don't want the children to have to go through it. And I'm thinking, you know, why today would you think of that? And this was a good few years ago. And I just wonder if at that point she was thinking, subconsciously or very consciously, we have to put things into order. And that's what it didn't spur me onto it, but it did make me think that we need to think about lasting power of attorney, which I would advise everyone to get. And so we had that quite early on, which has been fantastic for us. It's really helped.
Just practically, what does that enable you to do?
It gives me control of finances. There's two types. There's health and finance, but it gives me control of those things.
Yeah.
If she's not able to make decisions for herself, then I have power of attorney to do it on her behalf. And pretty much everyone, banks, utilities, should accept that. Most of them do. There's one or two, I'm not going to name them, who actually are accusing me of, well, actually, maybe you're trying to sort of win one over on this. We need a bit more evidence. And I'm thinking, what evidence do you need?
Yeah.
She's got Alzheimer's.
But by and large, LPA is a must for folks. Once you get to your 50s, you should definitely get it.
Tell us, how bad is Fiona right now? At what stage? Because it feels so quick, the deterioration.
Well, she'd love to be here, but she's got anxiety. She's got a kind of a secondary problem that causes her to be in pain a lot. I mean, a lot of pain, which adds to the confusion. So it's difficult. In the book, there's a picture of her at the end of our road, kind of the most recent picture I took, only a few weeks ago. And she's looking great, and she's kind of smiling, and she's got her coat on. And what you don't know is she thought I'd kidnapped her. This was us going out, because you get all sort of delusions, because you get so kind of worked up. She keeps saying, I want to go home.
So she doesn't recognise you now, Martin?
No, she does recognise me most of the times. Doesn't quite know that I'm her husband, but she knows who I am. But on these occasions, and it's not frequent, but it's every now and then, she'll want to go home to her parents when I haven't got the heart to say they aren't here.
What do you say?
Well, what you do is you say, let's get our coats on,
Yeah.
let's get our shoes on. We go out, go round the block a couple of times and come back in. And she says, oh, I'm home now.
So you meet her where she is?
Yeah, I mean, you don't argue with them. But, I mean, I'm only human. Sometimes I keep saying I'm not the Mother Teresa of Wandsworth. I do get frustrated. I do end up arguing sometimes.
Yeah.
You get so worked up after the 5th or 6th or the 10th time of saying something.
That's why it's so important for you to have written so much of this, because the family's voices need to be heard, right? Because when you get the diagnosis, you know where that road's leading.
Yeah,
it's not like
when
you've got cancer, the first thing you say is, how are we going to beat the cancer?
Yeah, when you get the diagnosis, and I've got nothing but praise for the NHS and our doctors and our professor who's helping us through. But she went through scans and blood tests and a lumbar puncture. And then the day finally comes where you go to the room, and it's the NHS, and it's the starkest room you just know what it's like. No money spent on it, but the doctor says, I'm terribly sorry, but I believe it's Alzheimer's. And here's a leaflet for you to look at. I'll go and get you a cup of tea. And so we're sitting there. She was wearing this fabulous, I'm sure it was a sort of powder blue River Island suit. I think she thought she was going to get away with it. You know, she thought, surely it's not. She's looking at $1 million, and I'm sitting there, and he puts the pamphlet over. And on the pamphlet, swear to God, it's an old lady with a Zimmer frame and her partner or husband with, a shock of white hair, just about struggling down the road. And it's like living with Alzheimer's. And you think, God, is that it? Is that it? But the 24,000 words I ended up writing, apart from starting off, will I do 2 paragraphs? Because I just get so angry. When you actually look into it, society has decided we're not going to take it as seriously as we should. The money that's there for Alzheimer's research it's like buying a Starbucks cup of coffee, basically, trying to fight a disease. Yeah. It's impossible.
And we do need that research because, I mean, you found out, it's in the book, that she actually doesn't have the gene for Alzheimer's. So how does that even work, that she's now got Alzheimer's?
Well, because her parents had it, we thought, crikey, is it hereditary? And so, yes, you get this bad news, and the doctor says, well, there's another bit coming. He says, we've got to do a blood test because we want to make sure that your children haven't got it, it's not coming through. And so that takes 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, you're thinking, crikey, what do we say? Yeah. What if this is bad as well? And it turns out, no, it's not genetic. And so I said, well, how on earth is that then if surely there's a connection? She's just predisposed to it. So basically, she's just more likely to get it. But there's no history of it on my side of the family, so that kind of helps as we go forward.
Well, in terms of your family, and this is something I think will resonate for so many people that are going through the same thing, how do you tell them? How do you tell the people you love the most, your children?
Well, they knew because they've kind of lived with it. So they lived with, their grandparents, going through it. And they could see, like I did, because we were all together, they could see the mood swings, the changes, what was going on. So they kind of knew what was coming. And kids these days, they're across media, they Google everything, they know it.
So you know your own family, don't you?
Yeah, and they've been sensational in terms of helping me. And we're just getting through it as a family. And what helps me get through it as well, I suppose, is that just I've still got this anger in terms of the injustice. Maybe it's because I'm a Glaswegian, the injustice of it all.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Birmingham, but when you think of the amount, say, HS2, what it costs, where the money's going these days, that's not going to help these kind of diseases, it's £1 billion a mile. Imagine we put £1 billion into Alzheimer's research.
Unbelievable.
We'd sort it. We'd absolutely sort it. At the moment, that's about £160 million. It costs £42 billion a year to the NHS and the health service does Alzheimer's. I say in the book, and deliberately quite provocative, I say, I wish you'd got cancer. And I mean that in the sense that, well, at least there'd be some hope.
Yeah.
At least there'd be some treatment.
It could be a cure.
Well, that's what I mean. It's a route. So, and
Yeah.
it might be incurable, but you've got a shot, you've got a chance. And you know that there are so many charities and institutions out there that are working towards ending cancer.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get that diagnosis, it's a one-way ticket, right?
And well, no one survived it. So there's no one around to say, hey, this is what we do. And it's not a sexy disease in terms of the pictures aren't great. No. And if you start to get Alzheimer's badly, it's not a good look. So it's not until you're died on your deathbed you look bloody awful. So it's not going to, get front pages. And no royals seem to have had it, but they've had cancer. So it needs, and I'm the only one that's speaking just now, because no one else has spoken about it. And once I stop speaking, and I'm not going to be the poster boy for it, I reckon it will just quietly go away into the shadows again. Yeah. But it's Britain's biggest killer. And they say that 1 in 3 babies born today, this Friday, 1 in 3 of them, is going to develop dementia, unless we do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Fiona's day-to-day like nowadays, and what's your day-to-day like nowadays?
Well, I'm doing some other stuff. So, my respite is to do other work, some podcasting, and I get down to the river and I try and do a bit of sailing, and my kids let me do that. But a lot of it is just, luckily I found a great drug that kind of, it's meant to be, it's a bit of an antidepressant, but it helps her sleep. Quite recently she was waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., saying, right, what are we doing now? And so we're all knackered from it. Yeah. So now she is sleeping more, which is great. But she's also in a bit of pain as well from a secondary development in it that, I'm not too sure whether it's neurological or whether it's an actual physiological thing that's happening. So literally, we just live for each day.
Did you have any help at all? Because obviously you.
No, we had someone come in. A very nice lady came in, but Fiona is still. Listen. Although she's got Alzheimer's, she's still whip smart and intelligent, and she can suss these things out. I said, "Oh, here's this nice lady. She's the housekeeper. She's getting a housekeeper to come in." And Fiona said, "She's not a housekeeper, is she?" I said, "No, she is a housekeeper, but she kind of sussed that out quite quickly. So we went through it for a few weeks, and then we just thought, what's the point? Because she's not. She's still very mobile. Totally mobile, so we're not at a stage where we need someone to come in.
So she's still independent. She wants to.
Well, she was the most fiercely stubborn, and probably still is, independent woman ever. And when I say, look, the doctor says you've got to take this, she says, well, I'll be the judge of that. You think, oh, now please, just
don't be the judge of that.
Please, just take what the doctor says, type thing, which is what I love about her. So the old Fiona is still very much there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's this lovely story, and so many people say music helps, and. You say there's this great sort of wonderful song she's listened to, the stylistics, and it's still the thing that takes her back to a teenage bedroom in Southampton, right? Yeah,
well, they say that music, well, I know music, their memory, she's got a better long-term memory than I have. Her short memory's gone. But
still?
But long-term, she remembers all the lyrics, all the songs. That's why Vicky McClure's dementia choir worked so well. I remember the day we had her on the sofa here, and I went home and said to Fiona, I said, oh, it's interesting. Vicky McClure from Line of Duty was on today. Oh, yeah. She has this choir. It's like a choir for people who have just memory issues. Oh, yeah. I said, have you ever thought of joining a choir, Fiona? I can't tell you what the expletive was, but it was pretty much put that alongside. Have you ever thought of doing a jigsaw?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing watercolours? You know,
yeah.
So yes, some music. So we'll sit and lie down when she's in pain, and I put the stylistics on. And the stylistics were the band she listened to in her teenage bedroom growing up. They moved around in Canterbury or down sort of Brighton way. And so she remembers word for word she could go on the hit list and she could tell you the first opening bars of each stylistic song.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah.
And she remembers all the words, does she?
Absolutely. You know, she still remembers quite a few things. She remembers you, she watches you, and she remembers you.
She?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, Martin, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And the book is out now, My Life with Alzheimer's, by Fiona Phillips. Remember when?
Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome.
Inspired by Fiona's fight to raise awareness of dementia, leading expert in the field, Professor Kath Mummery, is going to be taking your calls today in the phone-in.
Whether you're coming to terms with that difficult diagnosis, if you'll know for certain symptoms what they are, any cause for concern, Kath is here to help.
Yeah, give us a call for free on 08000 30 40 44 or scan the QR code, which is on the screen right now. It will take you straight to the free This Morning app. You need to do that by 11:15 and you need to be 18 or over.
So, YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Can we talk about your new show?
Please.
OK.
Because I'm terrible. I come in here to do PR and I always forget what I'm here to talk about.
We'll get you through it.
We will.
Yes.
Yes.
Hedgehogs, are they moody or just reclusive?
Where did hedgehogs even come from?
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll get onto your ADHD as well, by the way.
The musical.
Which isn't,
For sure.
which isn't
It's a
helping.
new song every night.
Johnny is doing a brand new show. It's called Johnny Vegas Little Shop of Antiques. Take a look.
I've never sold before and I've never opened a shop before.
Johnny Vegas is living out his dream
This is just fun.
and going into the antiques trade
Vintage Vegas is opening for business. It's a good price.
with his unique taste.
I put my ashes in this. It's gorgeous. How much for the puppet? This sets you apart.
And his glamorous assistant, Bev.
What is that?
Can he turn his lifelong passion
I'm just grappling with a fairy under the table.
into a bona fide business?
Get to the hockey. Do the deal. Get it!
But the question is, will the venture turn him a profit? Johnny's here to tell us more. We've watched the show. I've watched the first 3 episodes. It's so wonderful and charming. It feels like, Johnny, you're
Thank
in
you.
your element. You're absolutely in
I
your element.
am. I am in the fact that I've collected all my life.
Yeah.
But I'm out of my comfort zone because I've only ever collected to keep. So I've swapped and I've dealt.
Right.
But this was, can I buy and turn over and keep a shop running?
Yes.
From
like a proper business.
From my taste,
Yeah.
which I know is eclectic. I totally get it.
Well, the thing is...
the family don't visit no more.
I was about to say there's a thin line between collector and hoarder. Where are you in the mix of stuff?
I totally acknowledge that. I am hoarder. I have lockups.
What,
That's my personal place. You know where you go, you're not junk. You just weigh a lot and I can't lift you and you're worth nothing.
But isn't it like a
And then I realise it's a mirror. No, and then I like outside of art.
Yeah.
I like objects. I sculpt, but I collect.
Yeah.
And I get inspiration
But you've
from
never...
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And my house, I say, is almost like a diary that I never wrote. So every item in my house is, I know where I've been. I've got a shocking memory. I can't stay focused, but I can look at something and go, I bought that. I remember the dealer. I remember the time. I remember the price. I know what it's worth.
It comes from the memory.
I keep begging my son, do not sell this at a car boot sale. It's worth more than it looks like.
And do you ever go looking for something specific, or do you just potter about and go, oh, I like that, or I love that? Or...
I have been known to climb in skips, and nobody has blinked an eyelid.
It's your natural
I'm the only
habitat.
person that comes up out of a skip and they go, thought as much. But on this, that was the big difference, was going, will my taste be other people's taste?
Yes. Can you sell it?
Can
you
I sell
for
it?
profit
Can
as
I
well?
make a profit? And I had everyone around me kind of going, what are you doing? I nearly bought a microlight.
An actual microlight?
It would never have lifted me.
Did it need to?
Well, I hate parking. I said earlier, I'd much rather land on the supermarket roof.
But the two of you and Bev driving around in the kumquat, I mean, that van...
That was a bone of contention. I said, get something so we can blend in.
Subtle.
Bev turns up with something that looks like we've won the pools. It looks like we've got more money than sense.
Driving in a high
It's bright green, it's gorgeous. If you're going to camp or go to a festival, great. But when you turn up and there's 492 white vans that are scuffed, and we pull up and go, da, 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 da. We'd like to buy something cheap. But it's been, honestly, buying, selling.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed selling.
Have you?
I've really enjoyed.
That's the bit you'd never done before, the selling.
And isn't there pressure to that as well?
There's no pressure. I think every collector, over time, and it's the really important thing with this was, I didn't do it for telly. I've done it all my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was other people coming in the house and saying, wow, you've got some eclectic stuff in here. And you go, actually, there's a joy that I'd never known, which is passing it on.
Yeah.
And when I walk past stuff and I say my house is my visual diary, they're going to walk in the room, and every time they're going to walk in, they're going to remember that piece and where they got it and why.
Well, there's an interesting bit on the show as well, where it's an advertisement for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't the lady... there was a lady
It was a mum's brand. I know it's not on trend, but she went, I want to, you know what I mean? It's my mum. It'll remind me of my mum. And it was what we call flanged and double-sided.
Was it flanged and double-sided?
Flanged and double-sided.
Wow, you've got all the lingo.
That's why I couldn't let it go for less than... And she went off and had lunch and came back, and she was still trying to undercut it to the point where going, I can do it for this, and I do love a deal. And I love dealers, all the dealers out there who were so good to me and generous with the knowledge and the time. Yeah. And did the price where they go,
patience.
I need to make on it, but you need to make on it.
Yeah.
But she came back and she went, I've got to have it. And you go, I'm so glad it's going with you.
Yeah.
I'm really glad it's going on with you.
Yeah.
And they're the moments where you go,
really sweet.
Oh, God, I've been so mean all my life. It's really nice to share.
But the one thing you can't share is Thirsty Bear.
I couldn't sell this.
Now
I don't know what
Oh,
this
you've not seen this yet?
No.
This is an absolute gem. Watching you find this.
I went to a toy auction and had a little preview, a pre-walk round. I saw this toy and I thought, which child on Christmas morning? Because if only they made a toy that represented my angry stepdad. It's just the packaging alone. I know they meant well.
It is so disturbing, isn't it?
The Thirsty Bear. Everyone who sees this is mildly horrified.
Yes.
And then they fall in love with it.
He'd be friends with an angry clown. Thirsty
He would,
Bear
wouldn't he?
would be friends
No,
with
he'd have chased him out. He'd have chucked his lemonade at him.
You haven't seen what Thirsty Bear does yet, though, Kat.
Show me.
Thirsty Bear, somehow, in the manufacturing process, has developed DTs.
What? Show me.
This is just joy for you, isn't it, John?
Hello, Thirsty Bear. Did you just put on the first thing you found this morning? Yes, it's I've got to get ready for the school run. All right, Thirsty Bear. Are you going to have some of your magic lemonade? Oh, yes, son. I will. I'll just have a little. Right, come on. But no, he's great.
No,
and you can't overwind him. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
Oh, I'll just have a little nip just before I go into the office. You know, something to get me tail spinning.
The tail spinning.
His eyes are gone. His eyes are just he looks like a Vietnam vet who's doing panto. I'll just have a little, just one more little. Dad, I'm walking to school. Are you sure? I'm nearly ready.
By the way, you were offered a lot of money for Thirsty Bear.
I bought Thirsty Bear with a lazy Labrador.
Yes, you did get the
so
lazy
the same game designer, the toy designer, came up with that. and also came up with a Labrador that has a walking stick. but for no explanatory reason. So there's him and the dog next to him going... If you open that at Christmas, you just go, my life isn't going to go to plan.
Maybe we could come up with more of these.
Thirsty bird. He's just
He's got a theme
thirsty.
tune.
And when Thirsty Bird's had enough Lemonhead and he falls asleep, one day he'll fly off to heaven. Oh, Thirsty Bird, have you sold another kidney? Well, I got to...
You can watch Johnny Vegas's Little Shop of Antiques tonight, 9 o'clock on
It's
the
a
Quest.
serious show. I am a collector, I do, but this, no money could buy this.
No.
I want people to open my coffin.
There he'll be.
See me with Thirsty Bird.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. Our next guest certainly knows how to put on a show.
Yeah, when he's not brightening up the Strictly Ballroom, you can usually find Johannes Redderby tangoing across the UK on tour.
But now he's ready to strut some very kinky boots as he stomps into the West End. I mean, take a look at those nails. I mean, this says, I am ready to go.
It says I am fully committed. Kat, I can't tell you. It has just been absolutely incredible.
I mean, you must be so excited about it.
I was just saying to you there before the break that, you know, I'm from a township, you know. So for the fact that I get to go to the iconic theatre in London and headline a show, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling this morning. I'm buzzing. I really am.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, I think you made your debut in January.
I did. I did.
It's an extraordinary role. For anybody who happens to have missed Kinky Boots and what it's all about, just explain a little bit about your role and the show itself.
The show itself. You know, it's an obscure story with a big universal appeal, and I think the messaging is that accept people for who they are.
Yeah.
Isn't that the message that we need right now in the world,
yeah.
right?
100%.
So I can't tell you, to see how the show is being received by all ages fills me with joy. When I tell you that Harvey and Cyndi Lauper...
Because she wrote the music.
She wrote the music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can you go wrong? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it explores the relationships between sons and their fathers, the disappointments, the regrets, and the expectations, really, you know. But through that story, so many people are liberated. I have to say, playing the role of Lola, it's given me confidence, of which I never knew that I still needed to tap into. Wow. I mean, can you imagine showing up in Ipswich with these nails? That is what Lola has forced me to do. Do you know what I mean? And she is a potpourri of contradiction. I do believe that, you know, she is the matriarch of the story. She does bring it all around, but they end up saving a factory, which is.
So it's a shoemaking factory, and
yeah.
the son takes over, and he works out that actually he needs to do something different.
Absolutely, find a niche market in order for.
And he finds Lola.
And he finds Lola, and they go on this venture together, and they make kinky boots. It is beautiful.
And talking of doing something different, I mean, for you, the singing was very different, wasn't it? You had to really commit. You like did vocal coaching.
I did, Kat, because I didn't want to be another celebrity casting. These boots are very big to fill. Billy Porter, Matt Henry. I mean, I had to come prepared. And that's what I did. I just wanted to honor the role, you know, and just pay respect to what it is. And my mom told me that I sounded like a sheep for a very long time. So it was a thing of having to gain confidence, you know what I mean? And my singing teacher did that for me. And I fell in love with the process of it all.
Yeah.
I love musical theatre. I don't know why hasn't anybody... Well, I don't know why it's so late, but I'm glad that I'm here.
Has your mum heard you sing since? Has she reappraised the singing standard?
Well, listen, she takes her words back, I tell you. She came to see me in Wales, and she sat down and heard me do that rendition of Not My Father's Son. I mean, given my relationship with my father and what we've been through, it was just so nice to be able to chat to Mum about it all. And she just said, it brings so much light. You are different, and it's lovely to hear that from my mum.
Yeah.
For sure. She must be so proud of you.
She really is, Kat. She really is. I mean, this morning she hasn't stopped phoning me. I said, stop.
Mum, you stop.
But wasn't she the most proud when you went to King Charles's banquet?
This is the thing. I've done so many incredible things in my life.
So many.
So many.
Yeah.
But my mum only remembers one, and she tells the world about it. And that was meeting the king and my president in Buckingham Palace. I think, like I said, it just baffles me that I'm headlining a show in the West End. All she could ever still talk about is meeting the king.
Amazing. Well, look, there is something that everyone will be talking about, Johannes, because you've been very busy. You've been off touring. You're going to hit the West End. Strictly is coming back soon, though. Please reassure us that you're going to be in the lineup. You're definitely going to be part of it.
They're going to have to drag me off that show with my sequence. I am not going anywhere. Then how my life would be dull. That is a sparkling world that I live in, and I can't tell you what a privilege it is to be a part of it every single year, to be called back.
And also some of the relationships you develop as well. I think that's what's always so special, and you are amazing at that. Like with Annabelle, it was gorgeous.
Listen, I've been blessed with incredible partners throughout the years, and it's true. You ask anything of my partners about me, they will tell you the truth. They know who I am. And that is why I love the show, because of what it does, the community it builds, and the reach it has. You know, I sometimes look back and I'm like, I can't believe I call this a job, honestly.
And look, we talked to you and interviewed you for your book, which is so incredible.
Yeah.
The book is being turned into a film.
Ben.
I love the way he says it.
Listen, that has also been a dream come true. Thank goodness BBC Film has just jumped on board, and they're going to be the co-producers for the movie. So it means that we are about to sit on the table and have a go at it. So I can't tell you, because it just simply says, I get to say thank you to my people, and my people get to see their lives reflected back to them, because the book is not about me. It's about the community that has supported and nurtured Johannes to where he is now.
And the casting. I mean, when you get to the casting, little Johannes and then big Johannes.
I know. Somebody said, are you going to play yourself? I said, oh, I don't know about that. But there's so many JoJos running around in the streets of Zamdela, in Sasolburg, in South Africa. We will find somebody.
Yeah.
And transform their life too.
Yeah.
Amazing. Lovely to see you, Johannes. Thank you for popping in.
It's a pleasure.
And congratulations on the role as well.
I appreciate that very much.
Can't wait to see it.
Kinky Boots, the musical, will return to the West End next March. The tickets go on sale on Tuesday, the 15th of July. You will love it, and you will love Johannes in it as well.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. If you're after a great book to accompany you on your sun lounger, look no further than an author responsible for a global bestseller loved by millions across the world.
Yeah, David Nichols' book One Day broke hearts around the world, including those of Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian, and of course led to its own hit Netflix TV adaptation.
His latest novel, You Are Here, is now out in paperback, and it's the perfect size to fit into your luggage carry-on. David's here now to tell us all about it, and I've already been very honest with you this morning, David. I haven't read this book yet, because in 2 weeks' time I'm on holiday, and you only get to read a book first once.
So you're saving it up.
So I'm saving it because I'm really looking forward to it. Tell me a little bit about it, but don't give it away.
Okay.
I want to enjoy it with my glass of rosé.
Okay, well, it's a comedy. It's a big, funny, sad, romantic comedy about two lonely people, Michael and Marnie, who go away on a weekend, a hiking weekend with friends in the Lake District. And as the weekend goes on, everyone falls away except for Michael and Marnie. Michael is intending to walk the coast to coast, which is this extraordinary 200-mile hike across the north of England, from Cumbria all the way to the coast of Yorkshire. And a relationship starts to form between them, and Marnie tags along. And every day of the walk, every day of the hike, is a different stage of their relationship, from indifference to irritation to flirtation to finally opening up to each other. So it's a love story where each stage of the relationship is a stage of the map.
And so who are Michael and Marnie?
Michael is a geography teacher, and he loves being outside and loves this landscape and is very knowledgeable and can be quite boring about it.
Marnie, he's a geography teacher.
He is, yeah. Marnie is very different. Marnie is a copy editor, lives alone in London, has had a terrible divorce, never wants to be in a relationship ever again. And it's a kind of classic odd couple comedy. You know, to begin with, they don't really get on, and gradually, as they open up to each other, a bond starts to form between them. Marnie really doesn't want to be there. She hates the mud, she hates the rain, she hates the distances. And that's where a lot of the comedy comes from.
And it was set just after lockdown, so suddenly everybody's allowed to go out and explore the world again. And
yeah, I think the inspiration for the book came from that sense of isolation and loneliness that even if we were with our families, that many people felt. You know, it suddenly became very awkward and difficult and unnerving to meet people and talk. And I wanted to write a book that felt like stepping out into the spring air and learning to communicate with people. So it's a book, it's full of conversation. It's a book about getting to know someone through conversation and communication. A lot of it, I hope, very funny.
And physical endeavour as well. I mean, that's a decent walk.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did it for the book.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And it was...
How long did it take you?
It took me 10 days. Usually it takes about 2 weeks, so you can do it in 7 days if you're really quick. Yeah. A lot of rain, a lot of climbing, beautiful landscape. Sometimes sections that were a bit dull. But what was great about writing this book, why I loved writing this book so much, was this ability to improvise in the location, to think, what would Michael and Marnie do by the shores of this lake, at the top of this mountain, in this muddy field. And so the walk really, really helped writing the book.
I think that's always what you do so well, is you take the two characters and it's almost like you inhabit the skin of them so much as the writer that it feels like it's a conversation that you almost don't even have to think about in a weird way. I know that sounds strange, but it feels really comfortable.
I mean, I hope so. I love writing dialogue, and I spend a lot of time working out who the characters are before I start writing the book, and I really, really love these two characters. I was also writing it in the shadow of One Day. We were working on the One Day show, and I wanted to write about the next stage in life.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in your 30s, your 40s, things haven't maybe worked out the way you expected. Yeah. And to explore that with as much comedy and emotion as I did in One Day.
Yeah.
The epic success of One Day, David, I imagine still sort of excites you as the writer and creator. Do you remember that moment when you thought, I've written something that's a little bit special here?
Well, I mean, it was really thrilling when the emotional responses started to come in. You know, people writing me little messages about how emotional they'd found the book. For a large part of the book, it's very much a romantic comedy. I did want to write, you know, light and shade. But starting to see it appear on the tube, that's a big thing. It's a big thrill for a writer to see someone reading your physical book. It's really exciting, and it's still exciting.
Did you ever go up to them and say... Did you ever say, come on, what do you think about it? I'm really interested. Is it worth it?
The worst thing is if you see someone yawning or throwing it across the carriage. But, no, people were very lovely about that book, and I'm very proud of it. I started writing it nearly 18 years ago now.
Wow.
But the show was a wonderful experience, and it's great that it's still out there.
Yeah, we had Leo on here and we were talking about it. And you actually worked on the show as well.
I didn't want to write the scripts because I felt like it needed a fresh pair of eyes. Right. So a wonderful writer called Nicole Taylor did most of the writing. They let me write one episode, the penultimate episode, which was a real thrill, especially writing for Leo and Ambika, because I absolutely adored them. It was great working with a group of people who are one, or in their case, 2 generations younger, and seeing that story through fresh eyes. So it was a very, very happy experience. I worked only as an executive producer, but I loved it.
Just only as an exec. They did offer you a role as well, though, David. You turned down a chance to be in it.
I used to be an actor, and every scene I was in, I would ruin it. I mean, they'd spend hours in the cutting room just chopping it around, trying to work out how to make it work. In fact, if you watch the film of One Day, there's a bit where you see someone walking very nervously down a staircase just over Anne Hathaway's shoulder, and that's me. So whenever I've gone on screen, I've destroyed the footage. So I thought I would step away this time.
You know what? It's about knowing your own limitations, isn't it?
It is. I always get the same note, do less, do less.
Do you think this might be made into a TV series or a film, maybe?
There's been some conversations about it. I mean, it's a big love story. It's funny, it's sad. There's lots of great dialogue. They're great characters. But it's difficult as well. You know, it's hard to get things away. You have to film in the wind and the rain and on location. But maybe it's early days.
Is there anything else in the pipeline as well at the moment? Is there any crossover you're writing?
No, it's so interesting. When you write a book, you think, well, that's done. And then there's this wonderful process of talking about it. I'm just doing a tour for this book, and that goes on for some time. And I'm still very much in the world of You Are Here, but I'm also working on a couple of scripts that I can't talk about, but I really love as well.
Oh.
So scripts next.
Scripts next. Straight
Exciting stuff. I can't wait to go on holiday now.
David, thank you for coming in
very much.
and talking all about it. It's out now, isn't it? As paper.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Oh,
so cool.
We loved it.
So cool.
John, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks so much. We got a great movie. We're really happy to share it with the world. It is actually out today, so I'm very, very happy. You're one of our final stops on a global extravaganza.
A whistle-stop tour. But it just looks like you had a blast making this film.
We did. And honestly, I was actually able to pass Dan on his way out. I want to thank you first for giving him a platform to share such honesty and vulnerability. And he said something so profound. With the right support system, you can turn trauma into triumph. And that really struck a chord with me because you guys give a forum for such powerful stories. And even in the darkest times, someone is talking about triumph. And through my experience alone, escapism helps to build those branches of support and ability to be vulnerable. And this Heads of State is such a fun romp where whatever baggage you are holding on to, or I call it lightening your backpack, you can walk in and for an hour and 45 minutes, you can just have a fun ride with Idris Elba, Priyanka Chopra, and myself.
I mean, it is. It's so good. And not only that, but you get to play the leader of the free world.
Well,
I mean, like, of all parts
I just want to make it clear that I am playing the role of the President of the United States, yes.
That's quite a role to take on, though.
I would much rather play the role of the President of the United States than be the President of the United States. So I'm happy in my lane, yes.
It seems like at times the current president is playing the role of the president as well. I mean, that's quite a role he's playing.
I allow everybody to have their own perspective of that, and I'm just really excited for our movie, and that's my way of weaving around that. Absolutely.
That was presidential.
That was presidential.
The way you answered that
was very political.
was very presidential. What's so nice about it, though, is the connection and the chemistry between you and Idris, I think.
You know, we're longtime friends. We're co-workers. We worked in a movie called The Suicide Squad a long time ago.
Yeah.
And one of the producers was like, man, we really need to get you two with the vehicle to continue this chemistry.
Yeah.
And that's often said and never really executed in the business. And our producer, Peter Safran, is one of those guys who can get it done.
He made it happen.
And we have Heads of State. So I got to come to Idris's hometown in London. We got to film in Liverpool and London. We filmed in the south of France. We filmed in Trieste. We were kind of all over the place. We had a lot of fun, and we got a great movie to show for it.
So you got the Prime Minister and you got the President.
Yeah.
They're not actually particularly good friends at the start of the film, though, are they? There's sort of a disagreement in terms of how your character's become President and all the hard work that Idris's character has done to become Prime Minister.
And I think that's what's great about the film. The film is called Heads of State, and the underlying is the President of the United States, the UK Prime Minister. The film's really a buddy comedy. It really is. It reminds me a lot of a movie I loved as a young person called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
And we're just two people with opposing personalities really have to work together to get to a certain destination, and there's stakes involved. This, to me, is a buddy comedy. It has such grand scope. Air Force One's in there, the presidential limousine's in there. We have great backdrops. But to me, it's a funny buddy comedy.
Yeah, because some of the stunts are just brilliant in it. I mean, the scene with Air Force One where you're on the plane and it all goes downhill very quickly and then you're out of the aeroplane. But some of the stunts and the fight scenes are really powerful.
Well, I mean, we got a great director. Ilya, our director, is known for his stylistic action. If you've seen any of his other work, he really brings it in this because Prime Video was nice enough to give him a nice budget to push the limits.
It looks like it.
We built a replica fuselage of Air Force One in 3 different chunks. One that would rotate 360 degrees. We called it the washing machine because we were in there tumbling like the morning wash. But honestly, it was fun to be a part of something with a scope so big.
Yeah.
And like I said, at the heart of the story, there's two people just trying to, I guess, have greater appreciation for each other.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit of fighting in it as well. I mean, your background, of course, as a wrestler, you've been very physical all your life, and that's been your experience. How was Idris in the fight scenes? Was he up to scratch?
Idris can fight. I stayed in my lane as a 17-time champion. That means I've lost it 16 times. So I pretty much get my butt kicked the whole movie. He kind of holds his own, but the real hero is Priyanka.
Yeah. Oh, she's super cool.
Noelle. But in the whole movie, yeah.
Yeah, she's super cool. There's also been reports about how you improvise some scenes as well. You do a little bit of improvisation.
I think you talked about the chemistry between two people. I think as a writer, and only a little bit of improvisation, a lot of that was just the nuance that Idris and I have as coworkers and friends. And that's the kind of magic you want to pick up that you can't really put on the page. But most all of it, I got to hats off to our writers. They wrote us a really good script.
And when you talk about magic, I mean, there's nothing more magic than fish and chips.
No.
I mean, that's a little plate of magic.
There's
right
a lovely
there.
theme at the start of the film because, of course, Idris's Prime Minister took your opponent for fish and chips.
Yes.
And he's very upset about this, the president.
My character has never been able to let it go.
No.
And amazingly enough, through all we go through in the movie, there's a through line about the fish and chips.
Did you enjoy said fish and chips? Did you like them with the vinegar even?
So much that right before our premiere last night, we had about 90 minutes. And myself and my two friends, all from America, we sat down, we ordered fish and chips, we had a pint, and that got us ready for a world premiere.
But with vinegar or with ketchup?
I did vinegar and a little bit of dunking of the tartar sauce. I don't know if that's a faux pas.
Yes. No.
I had a pea puree on the side. Is that okay too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mushy peas.
There was no ketchup.
I mean,
involved.
you've gone for a posh fish and chips if it's pea puree. Mushy peas.
Mushy peas. Okay. All right.
Get the lingo. The mushy peas.
But there was no ketchup.
No ketchup involved.
You did it right.
We tried to lean in as much as we could.
You did it right.
We understand that you're a big fan of full English as well now. You've got into the breakfast.
Oh, my goodness, of course I am. All savoury. In America, we tend to lean on the sweet.
Yeah,
it's still very filling, but it's very sweet. Boy, do I love a savoury breakfast. I've been a fan of the English breakfast for a long time. You got to remember, with WWE, I've been coming over here 25 years.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And you're in the middle at the moment of a WWE farewell tour. Is that it now?
This is it for me. I'm done in December.
Are you sure, or are you going to be like Elton John and just keep going back out?
Another
all the Rolling Stones.
I can understand the entertainment industry may have set an ambiguous standard about what retirement is. I'm 48 years old, and I made a promise when I started getting success in WWE way back around 2004. I promised the audience when I felt I lost a step, it was time to step away. The company has so many stars. They're in great hands. The industry's allowed me to perform in front of crowds like the crazy crowds in the Ep.02 for 25 years. I just wanted to do something different. No WWE superstars ever really retired, so this is for sure the end for me. My last match is in the middle of December.
And how will you feel when you do your last match?
Gosh, honestly, I feel great. I think I'll be able to tell you how I felt when it's January and it's all done.
Yeah.
But gosh, I'm looking forward to the next appearance and the next one. We got 15 dates left. I had 36 for the whole year, so we're over halfway there. And the audience has been great. We've been making some compelling TV. I'm really excited to see how it ends.
Amazing. Thank you so much for popping by.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the movie.
So much
it was really fun.
We were in the break and John came in and met Dan and Adrian, our previous guests, and it was one of those really special moments, like as you said, to be able to share a moment with them and their story and what they've been
I just appreciate someone being able in a public forum to be so honest and vulnerable about something that's traumatic and turn trauma into triumph, man. I dig those stories, and thank you guys for providing that platform.
Oh, thank you.
It's been great to have you in.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
And Heads of State is out now on Prime Video. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning. Now she's already braved the jungle, taken TikTok by storm and topped the podcast charts. But GK Barry has plenty more planned for this summer.
She's hitting the road with her hit show Saving Grace, making a Radio 1 debut and starring in ITV's new show Celebrity Sabotage.
After fitting us into a busy schedule, Grace is joining us now. Morning.
Thank you. I can't believe you used that clip of me crying.
That clip?
Yeah.
That clip, though, is just such a moment in time, Grace, honestly.
It's the first thing I saw when I came out. I thought, right, it's brilliant.
Did you enjoy any of the experience at all? Or would you ever do it again?
I'd never do it again. But I loved having a sleep next to a waterfall. I loved people having been forced to talk to me and they can't leave, like Colleen Rooney doing my hair. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Everything else, I could probably do without. Yeah, definitely.
The one thing we couldn't do without is that delicious, delightful, twinkly relationship between you and the Rev.
I love that man. I love him. I will forcefully text him quite a lot. And he doesn't know how to do emojis.
No.
On his phone, he's like, don't understand the faces. And I'm like, OK, fine. We were meant to go to the races together. Ascot, I think he won loads of money this time as well. So I'm fuming I actually didn't go with him. But yeah, we do still keep in contact.
But if you look at it on paper, it's a relationship that shouldn't work.
I saw his name in the leaked lineup and I thought, probably won't speak to him much. Like, I don't really know what we're going to talk about. And then he came in and I thought, right, OK, we've got a lot to talk about.
You're my cup of tea.
Yeah, he was absolutely my cup of tea.
And wait a minute, he's lived a life. I mean, he's lived 1,000 lives as well.
Honestly.
The Reverend.
Some of the stories, thank God they didn't air them, but I thought, I can't believe you're religious now. Like, I can't believe your life
The only
has
way you
changed.
can be saved.
It's very true. Yeah, it's very true.
Am I right in saying that your tour that you're about to go on is sort of inspired a little bit by your experience in the jungle?
Yes, it's called Jungle Fever, but I thought I've got a bigger audience now, like a little bit of an older audience from I'm a Celeb, so I thought this next tour I'm going to incorporate it for the mums, the girls, the gays, the occasional boyfriend that's brought along. And I just want it to be like a hen do gone mad, Bush Tucker trials, loads of audience participation, celeb guests. Like, I want it to be the best night of people's lives, minus their wedding day.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Minus the wedding day? I mean, you know.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen some pretty awful wedding days, so I think it might top it, yeah.
We could have done with the Bush Tucker trial at ours. So are you going to have foodie-type challenges for some of the audience?
I'm making it like alcoholic Bush Tucker trials.
Yes.
I don't really know where I'd get testicles from, so I'm thinking maybe...
The Reverend might be able to help you there.
He might, yeah, you're right.
He's connected, that man.
He is, I know he is. So I think maybe I'll just make it like an alcohol vibe. But, yeah, I think it should be so much fun.
Can't wait to go on the road.
I've been on a few, but this one is bigger and better.
Oh, and what is going to be really good fun as well, Radio 1.
I know. They've trusted me with it.
Did you pinch yourself? Like, when the phone call came through, were you just like...
I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, you actually do want me for this? Brilliant, because I love Radio 1. I've been told I've got a face for radio, but I thought this...
By the way, radio's not just radio anymore. There's lots of cameras
filmed.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a stitch, but, like, I think it's going to be so much fun, and they're giving me the power to play my own songs.
What's going to be on there, then? Give us a bit of a rundown of your playlist.
Bit of Britney.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bit of house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe a bit of Jedward.
Jedward?
Yeah, I think.
Jedward?
I want to bring them back.
You're bringing the boys back?
Yes, yeah, the boys back in town.
Have they always been a fave of yours?
Yeah, when I was at school, I used to be obsessed with them. I had, like, an I Love Jedward bag, which didn't help the bullying. But, yeah, I used to absolutely love them, yeah.
You also foresaw your career as a broadcaster. You used to sort of make your dad sit down and record TV shows for him?
Yeah, gun to head, I'd say, sit down right now and you're going to film me, and I would be, like, interviewing him, pretending to do my own show.
How old were you?
Honestly, like 7 or 8. I was probably old enough to not be doing that.
Have you seen any of those clips?
Do you know what? No, but I know they're on a computer. Like, I know that they exist.
They are. They do exist because we've got some.
Brilliant.
And we're going to show them now.
Yeah.
OK,
right.
so this is GK Barry's first foray into the world of broadcasting. So we're thinking about 6 or 7?
Yeah.
She's about 6 or 7 years old. Let's see how good she is.
When you're ready.
All right. Go.
Hello, my name's Grace.
I'm so embarrassed.
If you're wondering why I'm interrupting your new show, when you go to sleep tonight, make sure you've got a hot water bottle.
Why am I so posh?
You're really
so
posh.
Cute. No, the teeth on that were insane.
Hold on.
But
so is this all... So that's the real you? This is all...
I don't know who this... Yeah, I think... I don't know why I was so posh.
That was so
That was insane.
cute.
I sounded like the Queen.
What did you want to host when you were that age?
I, from day one, wanted to be Alan Carr, Chatty Man.
Did
that
you?
Was, yeah, 100%.
Which, by the way, you're not far off.
Well, what the podcast allows you to be, right?
Yeah.
The podcast is you interviewing great guests and having a brilliant laugh.
Yeah, it's like the best job ever. And again, and they're forced to talk to me, so it's absolutely great. I can drink on the job.
You've been doing another great show as well, Celebrity Sabotage.
Yeah, it is one of the most insane shows I think people are going to watch. Like, it's pure chaos. We're tricking members of the public to win the money. We're making them cry. We're making them laugh occasionally. I've dressed up as a bush for the past month for this show. Twigs everywhere.
A bush?
Yeah.
Why?
Got to be camo. So when we're ruining their day, it's basically they think they're on a news show. They're not. It's got, like, celebrity hosts like Rylan, Matt and Emma Willis. So they all think it's legit, and we come in and just ruin absolutely everything to win the money, but in disguise. So
As a
I'm
bush?
walking about as a bush. There was a hay bale at some point. So itchy. So itchy. But it was genuinely
Hay gets
incredible.
everywhere.
It truly does, yeah.
You saw Dr. Scott earlier with those hay seeds.
Yeah,
Imagine
grass
where,
seeds,
grass
yeah,
seeds, imagine where they're going.
OK, let's not imagine that.
It wouldn't be very good
Let's
at all,
not
would
imagine
it?
that, do you?
No, no.
You've just celebrated your anniversary as well.
We have.
As a wag.
I know, it's
Great.
a tough life.
Do you feel like you know more about football than you did when you first forayed into this world?
Yeah, I know there's, like, corners. I know that they sell Prosecco, the little bottles, at the bars in the place that they play.
The stadium?
Yes, and I know that they change nets halfway through.
Change ends?
Which, yeah,
Not
I
nets.
didn't know.
The nets stay
They
with the-
change ends because when we first started going, I thought, oh, my God, they've scored. But it was actually the other team because they just swapped round. But, yeah, I know the colour of her shirt. I've got it all down to a T.
Do you know what position she plays?
Centre attack midfield.
Centre attack midfield, defender goalkeeper.
Defender goalkeeper. Yeah, all of the above. Yeah.
Because I saw an interview you did with Rylan, and he's like, you know, being a wag, and you're like, what is it? You didn't really...
I didn't know what that meant. Like, was it wives and girlfriends or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, I'm both.
You are.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you secretly getting married, though? Is that because there's lots of rumours about that?
Yeah, everyone keeps being like, she secretly eloped. We didn't do that. I need to wait for a little bit more money before we do that. But no, yeah, there was loads of articles when I came out the jungle, like, Grace is married, and I thought, am I?
Yeah.
Didn't know what happened, but
What
no.
did you sign up to in the jungle? There's
No,
all
I know.
sorts
I
of
thought,
things
what did I
happening.
say?
Well, it's lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on and having a chat to us.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the tour. I think it's going to be great fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, Grace.
GK Barry's Saving Grace Jungle Fever Tour starts in September 2025.
Any bushes on the tour?
Just me.
Just you.
Just me.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Oh, so good. We're joined by breakout star Damson Idris, who plays Brad Pitt's rival teammate Joshua Pearce, a hotshot rookie who's got everything to prove. Lovely to have you in the studio, Damson.
Bless you, my darling.
Nice to see you.
So, literally, honestly, I sat and watched this with my 20-year-old son, just gripped by the whole experience. It's such an assault on the senses, this film. It's incredible. You spent the last 2 years, essentially, travelling around the Formula One circuit, making one of the Hollywood's biggest blockbusters. I mean, where did life go so wrong, quite frankly? It must have been the most remarkable experience.
It was amazing. We went from every single Grand Prix. The movie follows the last 9 races of the Grand Prix. So we start in Silverstone, which was great. And that was actually one of my favourite moments, because me and Brad, we stood next to all the drivers, sung the national anthem, and, you know, the fireworks were going over.
You got the red arrows fly across the top of you at that point.
Amazing. Yeah, I couldn't believe I was there. And we trained in the cars for about 4 to 5 months before filming, but we are driving those cars for real.
Wow. What's that like, though? Like 180 miles per hour round the track, you're lying down.
Yeah, and you've got to act, and you've got to try and look cute.
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure that the scary bits would be hard to act, though, because that is some experience.
Yeah, that's really me trying not to die.
But usually in these things, up till now, I guess, we've never expected the stars to be put into these racing cars because there's so much that can go wrong. So what did you say when they said, right, actually what we're going to do, you're going to have to get your racing licence and you're going to start racing these cars?
I closed my eyes when I signed the papers. But the funny thing, we had this motto on set. It was, we need to make sure we don't kill Brad Pitt.
Don't kill Brad!
Yeah, it's like, forget about Damson, but Brad.
Oh, my Lord.
But we had so much fun.
But is it true that you actually kind of manifested working with Brad Pitt because you were actually working in a cinema at the time?
Yeah. So it was actually a musical theatre, a Lyceum Theatre in London. Lion King was on. I'm not sure if it's still on there.
OK, yeah, the theatre show.
Yes.
OK.
But I used to sell, you know, popcorn. I was an usher, essentially. And then Brad came in one day and he's watching a show. I was working at the back. I rush out to try and meet him. Couldn't meet him. I catch beautiful blonde hair and blue jeans walking out the door. And I said to myself, one day I'm going to work with him.
Oh, and you did?
I did.
And then there was that great big scene where he faints as well.
Yeah.
And your mum, Philippa, actually got really upset about it, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. My mum obviously didn't care about me when that happened. So the press kind of picked up that Brad had fainted at Vegas. It was one of the scenes that we shot.
Yeah.
First person that calls me, how is Brad Pitt? Is he okay?
Well, the lovely thing about JP's mum in the film as well, she's very taken with Brad Pitt too, right?
I mean, the most annoying thing in the world. Sarah Niles, beautiful, beautiful actress. We all know her from Ted Lasso.
Yes, of course.
But she was so sensational in this movie. She's so fierce. And, yeah, she couldn't stop giving Brad compliments. So I was getting, like, teed off in real life as well.
Aw, because you're really a bit of a mum's boy too, aren't you?
I am.
Because you're going to the premiere tonight. I saw an interview with you and you said you're not going to watch the film.
No.
You're just going to sit there and watch your mum watching you.
Yeah. But she's probably going to be watching Brad Pitt.
She's got to get her priorities straight.
She's like,
you know
movie,
what I mean?
Brad.
It's one of those things, though, isn't it, I think, Damson, because the scale of this is what is so... part of the thing that makes it so impressive. You were genuinely there at these race weekends, so you've got to film. And we all know what it's like to try and film stuff when you've got one take to do it, but there's just us. You had one chance to film some of these things before the race was taking place. That's hardcore pressure. Did anything go wrong?
I mean, so much went wrong. Yeah, like, especially if you don't use the bathroom before you start filming. Wow. But if you mess up, you know, you're holding up hundreds of thousands of people, a live race is happening. And one time at Budapest, I had to spin out.
You span?
Yeah.
Were you frightened?
Oh, of course. Yeah, the crowd's like, ah!
But also the wall's coming closer as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that can be...
pathetically wheeling me back to the box. You know, the paparazzi's catching me. We knew he couldn't drive. And then Brad's driving by fast, waving. Like, it was surreal.
Wow. And did Lewis Hamilton help you out too?
Bless Lewis. He's a producer on the movie.
Right.
But, I mean, there's no other way to capture the authenticity of this film.
Right.
And who better to give you access to the world of Formula One than the greatest driver of all time, in my opinion.
So did he give you advice? What did he say to you?
He was so encouraging. Most of the time, he was like, Damson, stop driving so slow.
The brilliant thing is you can imagine insurance people sort of going, please, Lewis, stop encouraging them to drive faster. They're going 180 miles an hour.
Exactly.
That's madness.
He was great. Lewis was great.
I have to talk to you as well about Snowfall, because I'm late to the party. I'm so late to the party.
What season are you on?
I'm on the first season. So, I've just started.
Yeah.
Wow. That is some fine acting and accent work as well.
Yeah. It's funny, because it's the first time in ages that I get to be a Brit in F1.
Yeah.
And so I'm expecting a bunch of people to be like, that Damson Idris has got a good British accent. Yeah. That's what they did with Black Mirror.
It's an amazing thing, though, isn't it? Because my son, Jack, who got me onto Snowfall, was just like, Dad, you've got to watch this. He was bowled over when he found out that you're from Peckham, that you were actually a Londoner.
Yeah.
He was convinced you were American.
Yeah, it's so cool. And to be from there, South East London, and to now be working with the likes of Joe Kosinski and Jerry Bruckheimer, Brad Pitt, Javier Bardem. I'm so blessed.
And what do your mates from back home in Peckham, what do they make of what's going on?
They're all coming to the premiere. It's their premiere.
They're saying, hook me up.
Yeah, they're going to be on the carpet like, I'm arrived.
Which, by the way, is kind of what you did at the Met Gala. You were a bit kind of talking about taking it over, taking the floor.
It was a brilliant experience. You know, I drove up to the Met in an
There
F1
you are,
car.
look,
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe that. And walked, and it went great until they rushed me off the carpet because Stevie Wonder was coming. And then in there, they're like, Diana Ross hates you. You've been holding up traffic. So I owed Diana Ross a bunch of gifts. Yeah.
Were you not nervous doing that, though? Because I've been there before, and even walking up the stairs is nerve-wracking enough in a pair of heels, let alone driving up in a fast car and then having them rip your clothes off.
I channeled my inner Rihanna. And I took my helmet off and I just stroked the back of my head.
It was just ready to go. There was a little bit of inner Magic Mike just here as well, by the way. I mean, how much rehearsal was there?
A lot of rehearsal, yeah. Stuff it, and it was going wrong in rehearsal too. It was getting caught on the gloves and on the brooch, but thank God it worked out on the day. Yeah.
Oh, my God. You were recently on an American TV show as well, talking about Black Panther.
Ooh.
And it was kind of a yes-no. You did a very big tease as to whether you were going to be in Black Panther.
And I'm here to do it again.
Yes, no. That would be pretty awesome, though, right?
Hey, whoever plays that part, I'm going to be in a cinema with all of us supporting them.
Yeah. So what are you wearing this evening for the premiere? And what's your mum, more importantly, what's Philippa wearing? What's your mum wearing? Have you spoilt her? Have you given her a new outfit?
I have spoilt her. She's wearing... I'm wearing Tommy Hilfiger. I don't know what she's wearing, actually. It's a surprise. It's her premiere, really. So I'm just going to be showing up for her. But I'm wearing Tommy Hilfiger head to toe and my new jewellery brand, Didris.
Oh,
yes, which you've designed as well.
Because your mum used to design jewellery as well, didn't she? Or does she still?
So she bought gold in Nigeria and she'd bring it to England.
Right.
And she'd sell the gold, go back home, and with that profit kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then brought all of us to London where she had me, the baby. So this is really just a homage to her, really. And yeah, the company's, like, at a deficit because she keeps stealing the jewellery.
Listen, you've got to give it to her. She's your mama. You've got to give it to her.
So one of the things I love, what you can see in this relationship between you and Brad, your characters are great. I understand you've been testing in on some of his slang, his London slang. We've got a little VT of you, a little film of you to see how Brad's rhyming slang goes. Let's see how he gets on.
British slang? All right, British slang. Really? Mm-hmm. Little tutorial in British slang.
But I've been dropping so much slang around you, so I thought you were going to get this easy. First one, mugging. What do you think that means?
Mugging someone up, like you're taking the someone?
Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. Okay. Someone take me for a fool, yeah. Fuming.
Angry.
Wow, this guy's British.
I'm the hick version. The redneck version.
Pang.
What?
Pang.
Don't know pang. I got pang in my...
No.
Oh.
Have you been showing him around town? Have you been showing him a good time?
I need to. I think today I'm going to give him a bit of Nando's, because I don't think he's had Nando's.
What?
Nah, I need to show him.
So Nando's in the West End are going to get visited by the stars of F1 the movie.
Could you put that on your Insta? Because I'm watching it for sure.
How hot is your Nando's? What's your sauce? We've got hot chicken coming up in a minute.
Oh, I heard something about chili earlier. I'm a Perry Tamer guy, so I'm boring.
No, now that's come as a surprise.
And it never passed the medium.
There was a big sigh of disappointment in our ear when they said that.
What are you, extra hot?
Hey, well, no one go extra hot. I'll go hot. I'll go hot.
Wow!
Yeah, come on.
So you're actually Nigerian.
Oh my goodness, so much testosterone going on around here.
About hot sauce as well, it's so sad.
Sauce. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been a joy, Dan.
Enjoy the movie and tell your mum we said hello.
Yeah.
You did
Thank
a great
you so much.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely
Lovely to see you.
great
Have an
job.
amazing time tonight.
Yeah,
and come back and see us again soon.
Definitely.
Black Panther 3 will be ready.
Yes, no. And you can see F1 the movie in cinemas from Wednesday. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
It has been on our screens for over 2 decades and Strictly is gearing up for another series. One contestant throughout has been a constant. He's not a contestant. He's a judge. He's a judge. He was a dancer. He was a professional. He was a judge. Anton de Beck. He's the man. I mean,
I wish I was a contestant. I'd have won the thing.
You've been a constant, though.
I would have won the thing. At last, I won. How did you win? I danced.
Anton. Well, he's a man of many talents because we're kicking off with this Operation Tango.
Thank you very much,
mate.
And that's why you're here today. It's not about... I mean...
Well, I've come to see you two. I love you two.
I know you do.
It's nice that I happen to bring a book along.
It's absolutely... Tell us a little bit about it.
It's the second in the series.
It's the second in the series. They are standalones, as you know, but it's a story about the twins, Harry and Rosie. They are obviously based on my children, George and Henrietta, twins. And I wanted to write a story for them, really, for my children. Something that they could, you know, sort of really invest in. But felt it was about them. But I've said it in this, during the Second World War, because the thought of I love when I was young, I loved adventure stories. I wasn't much...
Famous Five?
Yes, I was all about Enid Blyton. I wasn't so much a fantasy guy or a sci-fi guy. It was adventure stories, and I loved that. And this is a story of adventure and intrigue and code breaking, and them being evacuated. They were evacuated from London. They lived in London. They live in London, the children, in a Mayfair tea room with their parents. Father's gone off to war. They've been evacuated up to the northwest. I always have to go northwest, just below Blackpool.
Just outside the ballroom, where a certain ballroom might be.
Yeah, where a certain ballroom might just be. But a place called Cotterell Cove, and they've been evacuated up there to go and stay with their Uncle Rupert. And then the adventures sort of
I love that you've done it in this time, because that means there's no mobile phones.
No mobile phones.
There's room to play. It's going to be a lovely book.
You love your period, don't you? Because your other series of books is set in the 30s.
It is. It started in the 30s. We're now into the Second World War there. And I find it a fascinating period of time, just for the speed of how everything evolved. I mean, you know, I know you're interested in this.
Yeah.
You started the sort of Second World War period, and we were just coming out of biplanes, and then by the end of the war, which is, 5 years, not a huge amount of time in the context of history, we're into jet planes. I mean, extraordinary advances.
Yeah.
But I liked the sort of espionage of the whole thing. You know, the stuff that was going on. So the children, they stumble onto an adventure, and it was all motivated by. I was sitting on a train, literally sitting on a train. I looked out onto a platform, and I saw a couple sort of having what seemed like a disagreement. Gentleman there doing this, probably lost the passport, suitcases, and the wife going, "I told you," and I. So in my head, one of them was a spy and one of them was something. And then suddenly that was the sort of kernel for the story that the children are on a train.
And they were like, why is Anton Debet looking at us?
Staring at us? Why is he staring at us making
staring
notes?
at us.
So, obviously, the two critics that live in your own house, Henrietta and George, what do they think of it?
Well, they absolutely love it. And I
Thank
didn't...
God, right?
Yes,
if your children don't like it, you're in trouble.
She was... Henrietta put it down last night, just finished it. And every time you looked at her, her nose was in the book, and George has just picked it up. He had something else to do. He picked this up now, and he's away. And they both love it.
What a compliment.
And that's it, really. And I didn't make them read it. I wanted them to choose to read it. And I didn't say, keep going, and they loved it.
So what, did you just put it on the side, like, subtly there? Like...
I said, it's hungry, but you could have this, perhaps, for dessert.
It's also a nice way to get kids interested in history, I think, as well. When you set something in any other time, it just piques their interest, and they find out more about that time in the world, which I think is always a good thing.
And if you can put it into an adventure story as well. I mean, our children they did last year at school. They were doing Egypt, and they loved that. And they're doing Greek history now at school. And they'll work their way through the decades, I suppose. And they're finding that fascinating as well. Yeah. So it's just being able to sort of weave it through a great story.
Brilliant. Known as a best-selling author now, how does that feel, Anton?
I have to tell you, that is everything, really. It means the world. And so thank you to everybody who's bought the books and enjoys the books, because I love them. I love the stories, whether it's the children's books or the adult fiction. Sounds like erotic fiction when I say it like that, doesn't it?
Is there another one coming out? Monte Carlo by Moonlight?
That's out now.
Monte Carlo by Moonlight, that sounds pretty erotic.
Yeah, that's just come out now.
You got up your sleeve. What are you playing at?
You are smashing it as an author,
Thank you very much. I love it. I was inspired by an old teacher of mine, really, from when I was my children's age. And I still remember, 50 years later, I still remember her now. And she used to have this wonderful ability to sit us all down, the children down, and say, let's have a story. And she would just tell a story. Wouldn't read it, tell a story.
From her head?
From her head, she'd just make this up, and you'd be sat there completely in. And then she'd go, 2 weeks later, she'd come back, should we carry on with the story? Oh, yeah, not mine. And we'd sit there, and she'd just carry it on.
Isn't it funny?
She's
that age,
what an
you still
ability.
remember. Having a great teacher is so important.
Yeah, the only one I really remember.
Yeah, it only takes one now.
Only takes one.
Only takes one.
The rest of your
Look what, it's changed your life completely.
Story. I love stories, you see.
Do you have a good dance teacher when you were a kid? Like, was there a dance teacher that you loved?
There was a man called John Delroy who changed my life.
I mean, if he wasn't a dance teacher with a name like John Delroy...
Great name.
I mean, if it wasn't showbiz, I don't know what
exactly.
But he basically changed my life.
How did he change your life?
Well, I'd already started dancing, and I came to him a bit later. And I was sort of going along, doing what I was doing. I was not reasonably successful. I was doing all right, but not great. And I was sort of trudging along. And then I went to have lessons with him. And he went, what are you doing? Why don't you... And literally, I went from this path to this path. And I basically owe everything to him as a dancer and as a performer. He was everything.
Isn't that marvellous?
He was the man.
mentors,
He was the man who changed my life.
That's unbelievable.
Because you almost gave up once, didn't you? There was a period where you...
Yeah,
I can't believe that's true.
Well, we were competing and we were doing the French Open. At the time, we did the French Open Championships in Paris. And I thought, I was hoping to do quite well. We hadn't been doing very well. It wasn't going very well. We weren't
because it's
getting on
tennis, that's
terribly well.
why. You were there just dancing in the middle of a tennis court.
I was there on clay.
What's he doing
Who
here?
dances
Get him
on
off.
clay, for crying out loud? And we did awfully, so terribly. And I remember going back to the hotel room and I sort of lying in the bath. But this was a short bath. It was about half the length. And I remember my legs were up against the wall like this. I was in this bath thinking, this is the end of my life. I couldn't be any more embarrassing. Look at the state of me. I'm in a bath like this. And I thought, well, what's the point? And then
I do think
internal monologue.
I do think, though, in show business, no one grafts like a dancer grafts. I mean, when we do an X Factor, the dancers on the X Factor work harder than anyone else on that show, with so little breaks,
early.
and they'd have to get in early. The turnaround between the dancing is just like so short, and then come on, have to like know these numbers like off, and the only way you ever remember is if they get it wrong, right? So, so you're expecting them to get every single move right all the time. Unbelievably difficult work.
It is. It's an extraordinary profession, and I'm so lucky to have surrounded myself through my life with incredibly talented people. But there is nothing like a room full of dancers. When you walk into a room, and even now I just get so excited about going to rehearsals, putting on the show, but with this energy and the dancers and the physicality of the whole thing and the optimism of it all that is the most incredible room to ever be in your
and we know you're on tour with Giovanni at the moment, absolutely smashing it. But we really got you on the show to talk about Strictly. That's what we love talking about it.
Dermot should do it. Really.
We keep saying it to Dermot, but I mean, there's rumours. Do you know anything? Do you listen to the rumours or not really?
I don't listen to them. I tell you why I don't listen to them, because once upon a time, and I see a picture on your wall over there, the lovely Terry Hatcher was supposed to be doing Strictly Come On, and apparently she was supposed to be dancing with me.
Really?
Yes.
And it wasn't true?
Yeah. No. I ended up with Anne Widdicombe, which I was delighted about, of course. She was absolutely marvellous. Made
it was iconic.
Finals.
That was iconic. That was an iconic pairing.
Iconic. But yeah,
do you miss it at all? Do you miss the dancing on Strictly, or do you like being a judge now?
I love being a judge.
It's a great
I'll tell you the reason
progression.
why, because I hated being voted off.
Yeah.
And I used to get so upset about being voted off. The fact about being a judge is, and I make the joke, I stay there till the final. At least I make the final. But I'm there as part of the show for the whole of the show. Imagine if you're doing this wonderful show and you came in for a little segment at the beginning and you were off. Yeah. And you had to watch it.
It used to happen.
Yes.
Yes.
Once upon a time, and now look at you, you're judging. So it's that for me is the biggest thrill, is I'm involved in the show from start to finish. And I love the show.
Yeah,
I've loved the show from day one, and I love it as much now as I've always
You're
done.
a brilliant judge.
Thank you.
We think you're great.
great.
We love you on it.
Also, how great for Tess and Claudia to get on.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was your knighthood?
Do you know, I think next year, I think they were going to give me the knighthood, and they went, oh, no, it's a bit orcs. We've got the MBE for the girls, and we can't... So maybe next year. So next year. Next year. So next year, I mean, you know, next year, I'd make a very good...
I mean, we put it out there now.
Your Gogglebox tonight?
Gogglebox tonight.
Oh.
With Craig River Hall.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice.
That's going to be great.
Television.
Someone let the cats
We
in.
had to... Can I say this out loud? We had to talk about Love Island for a bit.
Did you?
We watched a bit of Love Island. Can I say that?
Yeah, that's all right.
Is that a spoiler?
You probably did. You're probably going to get in trouble.
Probably get in trouble.
Thank
So
you.
apologies to
Thank you for the exclusive.
But we had a little bit of that and other stuff.
Whose house was it?
I've absolutely... Oh, right, no, we went to a place. I thought
you had a pretend one?
Yeah, no,
you had a pretend
one.
In a place that no one owns, it's friends Craig and Anton. Operation Tango.
Do the voice.
What voice?
Do that voice in this...
No, it's Anton's book, Operation Tango. Out now.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
That's absolutely how. And Phyllis joins us now. How do you feel when you see that?
Oh, well, it's been lovely to be involved with it for all these years.
Yeah.
And it seemed the right time to suddenly, you know, bring it all to a grand finale.
Do you get, I mean, we all are so obsessed with it.
Yes.
Globally, people are obsessed with it. You guys were in it. Do you get a little bit sort of tired of everyone going, oh, I can't believe it's all over?
Well, no, but you don't get tired. It's nice that people, it's beautiful, it's lovely that people, you know, have taken it to their hearts so much that they're going to be seemingly bereft when they're no longer. But anyway.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the final film? It looks like they may be leaving Downton.
It could be. I mean, I'm not one to say just yet.
It's an extraordinary thing, and obviously it's Ascot, Royal Ascot this week, and seeing all of the Crawleys there at the race.
Yes, notice I'm not there. Of
No,
course.
yes, it's funny that. Was there ever any animosity between the below the house staff and the below the stairs staff and the above?
No, that would just be silly, wouldn't
But I quite like the idea of that.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of it as well. I don't know, maybe there's legs in that.
But the character that you're playing in Murder Most Puzzling, very, very different.
Very different.
How would... should we take a look first?
Yes,
let's take a look.
What did you find, sir?
It's like a crossword player. Found in a girl's body.
You do realise the only people who leave notes on corpses are serial killers?
We've consulted one of the world's leading experts on crossword puzzles. And if anyone could unpick the mind of a serial killer, it's Cora Felton.
Are you the puzzle lady?
I'm advising the police. The killer is out there right now. I'm going to look for clues.
This is breaking and entering our Cora.
3 bodies, 3 clues, no answers. I think we'll take it from here, Miss Felton.
That's you.
Inspector Hooper, told you not to meddle. You're not carrying on with this, are you?
It's not over till the puzzle lady sings.
I love it. Everybody always asks, are you the puzzle lady? I think she's got the Prue Leafs about her a little bit.
There is a touch of that.
Don't you think?
Yes,
a little
well,
bit?
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. But she's a really fun character to play.
Oh, terrific. I mean, and it's so beautifully written by Dominique Maloney, and it's so punchy and different, and I know it's about murder, but if you can have a comedy side to murder, then this is it.
Yeah.
And
because she's a bit naughty too, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she likes a Bloody Mary before breakfast, or just skip breakfast and have Bloody Mary, and she's fags up all the time. You know, I just think it's great fun to play a character like that, but. You know, she gets right into it. She doesn't start off, obviously, as a detective, but she gets embroiled in the local Bakerbury affairs and ends up discovering that she's actually quite good at sleuthing.
And solving the clues.
And solving the clues, because, you know, she's a crossword what's it called again?
A cryptic crossword?
No, it's a cruciverbalist.
Is that
what it is? Yes.
That's what somebody...
I stunned you with that,
yes,
didn't I?
you did, the technical terminology.
She's a hotshot cruciverbalist, and so that enables her to, you know, solve a few clues and put DCI Hooper's nose out of joint.
Love it.
Yeah.
And lovely for you, Phyllis, to be playing the lead.
Yes.
In this series as well, I'd imagine.
I mean, it's onerous. I can tell you, because there was a lot to learn and a lot of not many days off. But hey, that's what happens when you. So it was a lot to take on, but it was such beautifully written, and the character was such fun. I thought, I've just got to do this. I've just got to do it, and it was fun. It was great fun.
We've got such an obsession with crime drama as well, and
everybody loves it.
You know.
I know. Everybody can't get enough of it, and people can't get enough of making it either. So, but this has got a really lovely sort of twist to it, I think, because it's not your straightforward, grisly old crime. There's lots of great characters in it, and she comes up against some. She makes friends, she makes enemies, but, you know, they're all wonderful array of characters.
Yeah, and she's such a colourful character too. Did you show it to Kevin before you did it, your husband, Kevin? Because he was on a couple of weeks ago, wasn't he?
And he said you often share ideas or scripts before you do jobs.
Yeah, you know, I said to him, and funnily enough, he ended up being in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's not it.
No, that's not...
So we started the year working together last year, playing Mr. and Mrs. Austen, you know, parents of Cassandra and Jane. And then we finished the year in December playing kind of romantically linked couple in Murder Most Puzzling.
How fun.
Really?
Yes. He pitches up. Nobody asked me if he could. I mean, it's like bring your husband to work day. But no, the producer just say, do you think your Kevin might like to play this character? And I said, I don't know. You better ask him. I'm not his agent.
And I'm sure he did a great
job. He
I
did. It
bet.
was such fun working together again. Yeah,
I bet it was. Thank you for coming on the show this morning. Thank you.
Well, it's on Channel 5 tonight, is it not?
You can, Murder Most Puzzling is
8
tonight,
o'clock.
8 o'clock, Channel 5.
You're going to love it. Thank you, Phyllis. It's lovely.
Oh, hello.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
And Rosie joins us now.
Good morning.
We've seen her, haven't we?
I started watching, Rosie. We're lucky enough to get advance copies of these things, and I couldn't stop. I've done all the episodes.
So good.
It's a masterpiece. I loved it.
Thank you. I mean, we started writing it in 2018, so it's a long journey, but I'm so proud of it, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
It's just great. Like, it's brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, brilliantly funny. And that was what you wanted, wasn't it?
Exactly. So when I put my name to something, I put my everything into it. So on the show, I wrote, I except produce, I did it with my amazing co-writer, Peter Fellows. But I'm so proud of it because it was exactly the tone, the comedy I wanted.
It's exactly. I couldn't agree more. And it's just the idea, this fabulous conceit at the heart of this, that this group of people, disabled people, all different disabilities, suddenly become this criminal gang that are selling drugs.
Yeah, and it was actually based a little bit on truth. Don't worry, I'm not a drug dealer.
Oh, darn it. Darn it. We shouldn't have invited her yet.
So go on then, where did it come from?
So in 2018, I got my benefits cut. And I'm in a position where I could take up a bit more work to make up for it. But it made me think about the millions of disabled people out there who aren't in that position to pick up the slack. So although we've gone down the very much comedy angle, I hope when you watch it, you also consider what it's like to be disabled in this country right now, because it is not good.
And that's very often actually at the heart of great comedy, is that kind of sadness and tragedy too at the same time. Because this was originally, you did it as a 12-minute short originally, and you were kind of like, will this still be relevant now? But in actual fact, it's more relevant than ever at this precise moment.
Exactly, and yeah, we came up with it without it during a Conservative government. So when Labour came in, it won't surprise you that I'm a Labour voter. So personally, I was like,
yeah, this is great.
Bring it out. But in terms of the sitcom, I thought, oh no, that won't come out till June 25. By then we'll be living in a brilliant utopia where our Labour government will care for disabled people, our show won't be relevant. Unfortunately, here we are, and the state of the country is very problematic for disabled people, and unfortunately, we need a show like this more than ever.
It's really interesting watching that, particularly the first episode, when you see your character having her welfare, her benefit cuts, and she gets so angry. And your character, you get so angry, but you feel that, Rosie, because you went through that. We were talking about this, the welfare reform bill that's going through. So many of our viewers getting in touch with the cuts to their PIP payments, so they're so worried about that. Do you feel let down by Labour? You're a Labour supporter?
Yeah, completely let down, and I can't believe we are in this situation. And like I said, I've been through the benefit system, and I just think it's crazy that usually it's a non-disabled person assessing you for 3-4 minutes, and their one decision affects your life. It is not fair at all.
No.
The brilliant thing about you, and particularly Pushers, and as you've always said, even in the most traumatic moments and the difficult parts, you find your comedy.
Brilliant.
It's exactly this.
Yeah.
There's a lovely moment when you're all trying to work out your code names for the gang, because you've got to be undercover. What's the code name you go for?
Obviously, I go for the UK sweetheart, Judy Vinegar.
So the criminal mastermind.
I mean, I'm upset. I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Rosie. You kept me to the quick.
You've got to
when
put
I
a bit
saw
of time
that.
in. You're no Judy Vinegar.
Oh.
Rosie, it's been lovely to have you in.
Yeah, thank you
It's fab. You're going on
much.
tour as well, aren't you?
I am in the autumn. I'm a very busy lady.
Yes.
But thank you for watching it. And it's been so lovely to chat to you.
We've loved it. Thank you for making it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a
very
pleasure
much.
to watch things like
Very
that.
nice,
Honestly,
thank you.
it will surprise and delight, and it will make you laugh a lot. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. And Pushers starts tonight at 10 p.m.
Oh, hello.
on Channel 4.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Wow, Capital Breakfast hosts Sian Welby, Jordan North and Chris Stark are here now. What a night, what a day, what a concert, what a gig.
It is, it's a full endurance. It's a long old show and it's just doesn't stop, does it? It's incredible. It's the tightest run ship you could ever imagine, that show.
So you started doing rehearsals on the Friday?
Yeah.
And then
you rehearsed?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't think it, would you? No, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we started on Friday. I had an impacted wisdom tooth, but I'm not allowed to talk about it, and we cracked on, didn't we?
You're bringing it up now?
No.
Why weren't you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, well, no, because they say I was mentioning it more. We had to get a dentist to come out on Friday to sort me out after the show. And then we
he had
went
a swollen face.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
I don't like to mention it. And we went into it's agony. If anyone's watching this and has an impacted wisdom tooth, they'll know.
Wisdom teeth.
But we rehearsed on Friday, then on Saturday, did the show on Sunday, and it was everything and more. It was just fantastic.
So
18 world-class artists, back-to-back, one after the other. There's hardly any breaks in between. One comes off, the next one goes on. It's amazing.
Best summertime ball ever.
It's the best one we've done.
I'm saying, it was amazing.
And how was your Monday morning?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and in terms of, that was the best.
Yeah.
How was your Monday morning?
I was a shell of a woman, Cat. I had nothing left.
Look at you.
No,
how
are they giving you this footage? I had a milkshake dribbled down me. I was in a tracksuit. I honestly did look terrible.
Because we'd had about 3.5, maybe 4 hours sleep. Sean came in to the studio in a tracksuit, which you've never done since we've done before, but we were so shattered. And then I decided we'll get a Mackey's in, because we needed it for the team. It was good for morale. Then Sean just somehow
just covered herself in it.
She did. She disgraced herself.
This is what happens post Carey, of course. Chris, let's talk about Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who, I mean, I've been lucky enough to interview her, and meeting her, being in her orbit, is an experience you never forget.
No, it's like you're entering her world in the best possible way. I didn't know how to greet her. This was the biggest problem I had.
Can I please tell them what happened? Just because I think... So imagine, so I've gone in and I feel like I got it straight away. I did the 2 air kisses.
Lovely.
Because I thought she won't want to make up being touched or anything. Chris comes in and panics and goes for the handshake. I thought, she's not a handshake.
I didn't know.
So when he did that, that threw everything, and then he just went into a bow.
And then I seen him.
He sees Chris do it and panics, and he bows. And I'm looking at these two.
Yeah. See, the problem with greeting Mariah Carey is, you're right, I thought it was respectful and polite to do the hand. Realised that wasn't happening, and just went full on.
And then he followed.
So then I'm next to him and I'm like...
And did that make you curtsy then?
No, I was sat there cringing. I was thinking, what is going on? What are these two doing?
Meanwhile, Mariah will have loved it. She's like, yes, that's how everyone should
She did
be.
actually. She loved Sean. She really took to Sean. She's a proper girl.
She was, yeah.
I think we've got a little clip of the interviews. They did actually manage to do some talking as well as the bowing.
I love it.
Mariah, is it true you don't acknowledge the passing of time?
That is true.
What do you mean by that?
I just don't believe in it.
What? But do you mean time zones or?
No, just time.
Just time. Time. So no clocks.
No.
No, just not into that.
Yeah, I don't let it go.
Do you celebrate your birthday?
I don't have a birthday, no.
Anniversaries?
Anniversaries, yes.
OK, great, but no
So
birthdays.
But if we were to meet up later, how would we know when? It would just happen.
On Mariah's time.
Oh,
yeah, I would have somebody call you and figure it out.
That's fantastic.
That really is her saying we ain't meeting later.
Yeah. That was very clear. But I think we should make this a national day. This is my idea, I think, from this. I think what we should do is all have a day where time doesn't exist. We'll try to be like Mariah for one day and just see how it plays out.
That'd be great.
I suspect it won't play out too well.
Tell me about Benson Boone as well.
Oh, you've got a little bit of a thing about our Benson.
I do. I mean, his fan club, I've got to say, I think he's a modern-day Freddie Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a superstar. He did the Summertime Ball the year before, and he was fairly new at this point.
Yes.
And I was watching because I was pregnant at the time and I was about to give birth. So I'm there watching him almost like from afar, going, oh, I didn't really know who he was. I saw him backflip on that very first ever performance and thought, this guy's got, like, star power. He's got charisma for days. And coming back this time round, he might as well have almost been the headline act in the way that the audience reacted. Wow. I mean, people knew every lyric, they knew every song, every word. It was unreal, wasn't it?
And I fangirled him because I basically went into the barbers and said, I want my hair like his. And I showed him my hair and he just took the mick out of me, Can
we see it?
I think we've got a clip of this as well.
I have tried to copy your mullet.
Yeah, that didn't go well, did it?
I'm
not saying that because he looks bad. I'm saying that because the back of your hair is short.
So what do you think?
That's so cheeky. You know what you've got to do next time? Have a tash off with him.
That's what he said, grow a tash and just grow the mullet out.
But there's no mullet look. There's
There
not
isn't
mullet.
really. It's a beginner's mullet, isn't it?
It's a beginner's mullet.
It is. I've got teenage boys. They will talk about it. You go short at the side, you've got to grow the back out.
I'm 35 though, but yeah,
You've got to commit. You've got to commit. Did he have a flip off with Aston Marigold though? Because I'm sure Aston was doing his flips. He was doing his backflips as well.
I love Benson Boone like you, Kat. I think it's great, but I do think the best flip of the night was from Aston Marigold.
Yeah, look at him go there.
He flicked off into the stage. It was amazing. Look at that.
Those boys. That was a lovely moment as well, right? Them coming out and performing.
Well, they were the surprise act, and we always have a surprise, which in this day and age, you don't get surprises. Things get leaked, don't they, all the time? Sure. They took it so seriously, those boys. They didn't leave their dressing room. They didn't mingle with anyone to really keep it a surprise.
I saw some lovely footage that Rochelle posted, Marvin's wife, of all of the kids, JLS kids, watching and singing along to their dads on the stage at the Summertime Ball. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah, but bear in mind, it was Father's Day as well.
Yes, of course it
What a special experience for them as a family.
And you had another dad there, because Will Smith came up on the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, like a moment in time to have Will Smith performing.
He brought the house down, baby. He was so good. The whole of Wembley Stadium was rocking. And just let me tell you, backstage, he was an absolute gentleman.
Yeah,
as well.
he was. He's a really nice chap.
He was shaking everyone's hands. He was in the canteen with all the backstage
Queuing up
crew.
for food, but
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
His son Jaden came
Yeah,
up.
he brought his son up.
Yeah.
What's he doing with Jamiroquai's hat, though? I don't understand.
Well,
it's
we
amazing.
can't wait to watch it, can we?
No. Thank you all for popping in. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you.
You can watch the Capital Summertime Ball, ITV1, 5:30 on Sunday, and of course you can watch it on ITV. Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
The stars of the show, Sally Breton and Lee Mack, are joining us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, see...
Don't look at
he's
me
just
like that.
eyeing you. Do you see him eyeballing you?
He does that, though. He does that.
Good morning, Ben.
Morning, Lee.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Most shows let you have any cushion you want, but that's fine.
No, we're specific about the cushions because the team have worked on it carefully. We have to give Sally a cushion just to support your lower back.
Yes.
Because it's quite a deep sofa.
Yeah. But they wouldn't let me have one. I had to really beg for my cushion.
No, because you need to work. You need to work on your core.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you. What a lovely start.
We've discussed that.
How well do you two know each other?
Too well.
How well?
We were lovers for 4 years. Yeah, it was...
That's why I'm feeling all prickly.
Is that what it was?
Well, I thought it was love.
You just didn't tell me.
He just left me one morning.
No,
this is the first time I've seen him
You have to
since.
make your
This
own
is very
tea.
awkward.
my first job in television was, I think, as running... Was one of your first TV shows?
My first ever television series that I'd done little bits, but my proper first sort of break, Channel 4, Gas it was called.
Yeah.
And they gave me a little 18-year-old boy called Ben, who would make the cups of tea.
You can see me just in the back of shot
There
because
he
you
is,
actually
look at
dragged me into the... That was the top
Look
of the
at
pop
him
stick.
there.
That's me just over your shoulder.
His job was to just stand still behind me for the sketch. But no, he has to mug and really steal the scene.
I think I made it, to be fair.
Oh, my good... Look how little you are.
Look how 14.
We both look very young there. don't we?
What about Lee, by the way? You've not changed.
Oh, you liar.
Oh, right. Well, he's got to have changed 20 years.
No,
By
by the way...
20 to sitcoms beyond 20 years. That was about
was
30 years
even-
ago.
Sally, you'll know what he's like. So I was his runner, so I used to have to run around and make him endless cups of tea. Literally last night, I got into my car, the phone was, I'm with you tomorrow, I'll have a cup of tea, sugar and a bit of milk.
Yeah, and I can't read out what he replied.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Should we talk about...
Yes,
not
Series
going out?
14.
Series 14.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put up with this regularly, Sally.
I do.
How do you do it?
With a lot of patience and deep breathing.
Genuinely, I don't think in the whole 19 years you've been doing the show you've ever made me a cup of tea.
I don't think I have. I have, actually.
Not palatable.
He's very demanding.
So what is happening this series? So the kids have gone. The kids have flown the nest.
Yeah.
What happens to you guys as a couple?
Well, we're trying to do lots of little plays this year, so lots of different things. So each one is a standalone little half-hour play.
Right.
So they all exist in real time. So if you watch it, there's no stings, you know, where you do like a time break where you show an aerial shot. There's no location this time.
Yeah.
So it's as if you were sitting in a theatre watching a 30-minute play. So it's hard to say what we're now doing because every one is different, a little standalone play.
Right. But there was one that was slightly influenced by this show, apparently.
Well, there was there's the one that's going to be on this week. This is episode number 2 that's coming out. But of course, in the modern age, they're all out on iPlayer. They've all
watch the lot.
landed or dropped. I can't remember which one it is.
Dropped,
not landed.
dropped.
And the second episode is on normal telly on Friday, as I call it. And that's about I come home with a box. I don't know what's in it. I nick a ticket from the skip.
Yes.
The tip, and I open it up, and inside is an adult doll, should we say?
Oh,
yes,
nice.
a life-size...
A recreational doll, I think they're called. Let's just call it a sex doll.
Yes.
I mean, you've had them on this show.
We have.
Yes.
On the show, but this is a robot one, and I wanted to try and explain what I wanted this thing to look like, and I found an image online of this morning with you having one of these dolls on. So that was in the script, and I kept saying, this is what we want it to look like.
Rich tapestry of life.
Absolutely.
This show.
But it's quite compelling, that episode. We've watched the episode, Sally, and the doll itself is you know, she's quite engaging. Oh, we've got a clip.
Oh,
well, let's sit before we talk about this. This is the doll.
OK.
Maybe it's just a shop dummy. Have a look.
What do you mean?
You're the expert. When you were younger, you had that Saturday job at Debenhams.
I've got more recent experience with dummies than that.
Oh! Is he human?
It can't be, can it? Look at its face.
There was a good Love Island gag there that
It's always nice when we get rid of the punchline, isn't it?
I don't quite know why they've come out so tight on that. But working, well, like, you actually had a robotic...
Yeah, and the...
Not originally.
Not originally, no.
No, we had an actress play the part, didn't we, originally, and had a mask and sort of animatronic eyes that moved.
but you could see her breathing, so it looked...
Weird.
It looked weird, yeah.
And she was trying for breathing?
Well, she was trying to...
I mean, you're joking, but yes. She said, we just said, we cannot do this because you can see your whole body going... And, of course, she needs to breathe. That poor person was in a mask, so she was breathing heavily as well.
Yeah.
So they decided to... It was a test a few weeks before, so they decided to just make a proper robot, and it was fantastic.
It really is.
I stole the head and took it home.
You pulled the head off, though. How did he manage to get it?
Well, that's why I think he only had the head left.
And also,
Not that you wanted the whole thing.
There's something wrong about taking the whole thing home, but just taking the head with robot eyes.
Where is the head now?
It's in my office at home, but its batteries have run out.
It's used
and
as a
unfortunately,
threat to
genuinely,
runners.
its batteries ran at so its eyes are like that. And it's very disconcerting because it's just sat there staring at me and I'm trying to straighten the eyes up.
It's an amazing thing, though, the love there is for this series, Sally, that even 20 years, I think, is next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that you imagine you get stopped all the time to talk about people, how much people love enjoying it as families sitting around together.
Yeah, people do love it as family. And also, it is sort of pure escapism, isn't it? You know that you're going to turn it on, you're going to laugh for half an hour and just sort of get taken out of the real world. And I think that's what people like, and that's what people have found comfort in as well, actually, over the years.
That's what we need now as well, right?
Yeah.
The other show that all the families love is Gogglebox too.
Oh, yes.
Gogglebox.
I did see you on Gogglebox.
Did you see us? Were you impressed with our performance?
1%.
I saw it. No, your performance as Gogglebox people was great. Your performance on the 1% Club was quite interesting. Well, wasn't there something where they showed a clip of what rhymes with Nest and Jam? Which football team? Was that the one? And you kept saying Nest and Jam, and you can go, well, I know West Ham. You go, yeah, wait, I'm thinking Nest, Jam. West Ham. I was like, you've just said what the answer is.
The worst thing is I'm a West Ham fan as well.
Exactly.
It's awful.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
So
Thank you so much.
Friday, 9 o'clock, BBC One.
Yeah.
But it's all dropped, all landed on iPlayer as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, hello. Great to see you. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Apple TV Plus's hit show, The Buccaneers, is back for its hotly anticipated second series. To tell us all about it is one of the stars of the show, Hollywood actress Christina Hendricks. Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
It is just as Kat described it. It's dashing, it's bodice ripping, it's sumptuous,
sexy, juicy.
I can't think what attracted you to this role, Christina.
Well, all of those adjectives. I mean, originally when I got the script, it's based on an Edith Wharton novel, and I thought it was going to be sort of a more traditional take on it. And when I signed up for it, I just thought, oh, what a fun character. She's quite silly, and I thought I could have a lot of fun with her. And then I was sort of packing my bags, and so that's when we have the dance number with the sort of hip-hop thing, and I was like, oh, I think I need to make a phone call, make sure I'm in the right show. And so we've done this really lovely, sexy, modern take on it, and all the actresses are fabulous.
And you've got, so essentially you've got these girls, your girls are coming from America, and they get picked up and transported in time to be debutantes in the London scene to
They've
try
come to snag a husband.
a Brit.
Yes.
An English lord.
Yes,
in
they
theory.
want titles.
They're after the title.
But your character, Patty, she's got a big secret that you start to see kind of like show itself at the beginning of season 2.
Yes, and we sort of leave season 1 with the big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We pick up exactly where we left off.
Right.
So that cliffhanger is going to be exposed within moments. And of course, we bring in Leighton Meester, who we're going to reveal. Everyone already knows this. So we're going to reveal that she is Nan's biological mother, and she's fabulous. And we were excited to bring her in. And, you know, scandal, scandal, scandal.
I mean, what a cataclysmic climax of worlds. Like, literally, Joan meets Gossip Girl.
I thought it was quite clever.
It's really smart.
Yeah.
What did you think when you heard that she was coming on to the show?
I thought, what a great idea from the producers. I was like, well done, you know, because I think the audience that watches our show is very familiar with Gossip Girl and sort of, you know, she's just an icon from that show. So to bring her into this group of young women, it's just like very, very sassy, I thought.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous recipe as well, though, isn't it? To sit down and enjoy, no matter what, you know, the drama and the intrigue and the relationships. But there's also that sense, I think, of the girls that come over from America and trying to fit in. into a society that is very prim and very proper. And in America, they've been a little bit more laid back and they've been able to be themselves. And I think you've said in the past that you kind of identify a little bit with that because sort of going through your teenage years, you didn't necessarily fit into the world that was around you.
I didn't. And I have to say, you know, there's these moments of Patty in a carriage looking out the window and seeing England for the first time and this sense of wonderment in her. And I was like, that's exactly how I felt when I first came to London. It was just taking it all in and the beauty of it and the history of it. So it was very easy for me to remember that memory as I was playing Patty. So you might be watching it and thinking, oh, Christina's actually really enamored.
But even growing up, it's so funny because we've known each other for quite a while, and you always strike me as someone who's so confident and so comfortable in their own skin. It was always a joy whenever I'd see you somewhere, I'd be like, yes, this is going to be good. We're going to have some fun. But it wasn't always that way for you, actually.
No, and I'm faking it, Kat. but I was always happy to see you too. We always were drawn to each other. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I still sort of get sort of a social anxiety when you go to these Hollywood events and you're supposed to be sort of on and you're supposed to be confident. And you know, I have to say at the end of the night, I'm a little...
pooped.
Yeah, a little exhausted, but hopefully I'm learning my way over the years.
There was an extraordinary event, one of your first baptisms of fire, I would say, literally, was Madonna's 40th birthday, Christina.
Wow,
you got invited to. Tell us about that.
Well, I wasn't really invited. My boyfriend at the time had done a play with her in London, and they had become friends. And so we went back to California, and she invited him to her 40th birthday party, and I got to go, and it was like the biggest night of my life. It still probably is the biggest night of my life to be at Madonna's home. She probably has no idea I was there. But it was incredibly exciting. She got up and gave a toast, and I was just like, you know, my hero, watching my hero. It was very, very cool.
And there was a dance floor with fish in it?
Yes.
How do you know this level of... Were you there?
Well, because it's been talked about. That was the iconic... She had a dance floor that actually
that had goldfish swimming around inside the dance floor. It was...
Now that's extravagant.
That's showbiz.
I mean, I've never seen it before since.
Oh, wow. We've got to talk about Joan a little bit too from Mad Men, because I think... How old were you when you played her? Like in your 30s or something?
I think I got the role when I was 30. So I basically spent, you know, my entire 30s playing her.
And did she kind of reflect back into your own life a little bit?
I think I learned from her. You know, I was growing up and learning how to be a woman and sort of watching this character that really was confident, much more confident than I was in real life. And she sort of spoke her mind and was sort of a little intimidating and scary. And I thought, oh, people are not going to like this character. And people were really responding to her. And I was like, oh, I just learned that people really love when people are sort of honest and speak their mind or are true to themselves. And I think I tried to sort of take a little bit of that from her. But
sure.
I wasn't...
and the style.
Oh, and the style I definitely snagged.
And the aesthetic. Yeah. Did you steal anything from the set? Because even the sets were beautiful on that.
You know, I'm not really a mid-century fan. I'm more likely to steal something from the Buccaneers.
Is that right?
That is my...
That's your bag.
That's your jam.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen you've been doing up your place in New York.
Yeah. So after being on the set of Buccaneers and spending time in Scotland, I think I sort of took some of that Victoriana back home and sort of, you know, being in the woodsy, you know, sort of environment up in the Highlands and stuff like that. So I definitely took it back. In fact, we met some friends on a train in Scotland and she said, I've seen your pictures and I know what you're doing.
Stealing the ideas for the sets. Yeah. It's lovely to see you, Christina. Thank you for popping in.
Nice to be here. Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you too. Season 2 of The Buccaneers launches tomorrow on Apple TV+. It's a great watch.
Yes, and then when you watch this series, you'll know exactly what Christina's house looks like because she's stolen all the ideas, the colours on the walls, the stuff furniture.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
And our next guest, Sir Ed Davey, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, is often spotted campaigning across the country, paddleboarding, falling in, bungee jumping, and, of course, more importantly, getting a makeover on this very show.
He looks so debonair.
Very debonair.
Very debonair.
Got the same shoes.
Still got the shoes on. Still got his shoes on.
Excellent. But behind the politics is a very personal story. Ed has spent most of his life as a carer, first for his mum, then for his grandmother, and now for his 17-year-old son, John.
And he's not doing it alone, of course. His wife, Emily, who lives with multiple sclerosis, is right by his side. And as Ed releases a brand new book, this book here, Why I Care and Why Care Matters, the couple join us on the sofa. Thank you both for coming in and joining us this morning. It's lovely to meet you. We often meet your husband, but it's always nice to meet the power behind the brains, as it were. It's an extraordinary book, Ed, and a lovely sort of tribute to your relationship with your son, John. Will you tell us a little bit about John and what his journey's been like?
Yeah, he is undiagnosed. We don't know actually what's wrong with him, but it's a neurological problem. It's in his brain. So he doesn't have as much white matter as you and I. Something called the cerebellum at the back of his brain is smaller. And what that means is he finds walking really difficult and moving generally quite difficult. He finds communication, speaking very difficult.
It's affected his muscles and his balance. So we at first thought it was cerebral palsy. And so it's similar. When you look at it, you think, oh, he's got cerebral palsy, but he doesn't have it.
And because it's undiagnosed, you're on this sort of journey, both with the people in the health service and other carers. And but we just accepted it, you know. He's our wonderful boy, and we've tried to make him or help him become as independent as possible, strong as possible.
Yes.
So he does tricycling and what other things?
Well, he loves riding his tricycle. He goes rock climbing, which is wonderful.
Sailing, he loves.
Sailing, yes, tying up the ropes. I don't know how much of the actual catching the wind he does, but yes, he does that. He loves swimming.
Swimming it.
Yeah,
So like his dad, he's got an adventurous spirit.
Oh, he's an adrenaline junkie. He is. You know, if it's wet, the wetter the better for him, and the splashier the better.
Amazing.
I think what the book also really draws attention to is the need for carers and actually how they are the unsung heroes of our country. So often there are people who are caring for people that you don't even know, and they're actually the people who keep the country going, both emotionally and economically.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the book, there are stories of 4 other carers because I wanted to tell the stories of others because I think there's 6-7 million people, they reckon, out there looking after loved ones. Many of your viewers will be looking after relatives, and that's what it's about.
Yes, I mean, we're not different from anybody else. It's a very ordinary story in many ways of being a carer. But part of the issue about being a carer is it's physically and emotionally exhausting. So by the end of the day, you just collapse into bed. You're not going to, when people send out forms from the council asking you about you're too tired to fill in the forms. So you never hear the carer's voice because they're just simply too tired caring. And there are so many people, and often I think about older people who are looking after older spouses, and they've got their own health problems, and they've got to look after their spouse. And so we're in no way different from them. In many ways,
well, we're quite lucky.
We're not better.
We're lucky.
Yes, we're very fortunate.
And you know, because I'm in politics, I want to make sure that I can be the voice of many carers out there who are exhausted and who have forgotten. And the point you made, Kat, that we actually rely on carers.
Really?
So if family carers said, well, I'm not looking after my loved one, the social care, the NHS would collapse, literally collapse.
Yeah.
So one of my views is if we can support family carers just a little bit more, that would help so many of the problems that we have.
And you are a leader of a major political party in this country. How do you do that? How do you find the resources, the infrastructure to do that? Because we can see how complicated it is for anybody that's in power to manage budgets.
You mean for the national solutions or for our own family?
Well, national solutions, I'd say first, because I understand that everybody has individual demands as well.
Exactly. I mean, nationally, we just want to keep talking about it because if you look over the years, politicians and governments have kicked the can down the road. They've not faced up to it. They've not known what the solutions are. But we've actually had 25 reviews, commissions, inquiries, reports since 1997 about what we need to do, but no one's actually done it. So, and the current government's set up another commission, but not to report for 3 years and not to implement any recommendations it may have for another 10 years. So that's just, again, delaying.
Down the road.
And so I want to, whether it's writing the book or coming on this morning or whatever it may be, try to make sure it's in the political discussion and not forgotten about as it so often is.
I think it's so important as well to reach all the different generations as well, because your mum was very poorly. She had cancer. You were looking after her. At what age? You were a teenager, weren't you?
Yeah, well, my dad had died when I was 4.
Yeah.
Mum became terminally ill when I was about 12 and became progressively worse, and then she died when I was 15.
Yeah.
So my brothers and I, with my nan and granddad, we were the carers for my mum.
And there's a whole generation of young people as well doing this great job too.
Oh, there are, well, nearly 1 million young carers, we reckon?
Yes. Yes. They don't see themselves as carers at all.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even know the term young carer when I was a kid looking after my mum. But they miss out on education, on lots of life opportunities. And if we can support them, I think we can just be better as a country. And these 2 wonderful young carers have written in the book. And, you know, sometimes caring can be really tough. So there's a wonderful woman called Hannah who writes about how she looked after her mum when she was just an infant, really, in primary school. And her mum was abusive to her.
Oh.
So
lonely as well. I
so
think.
isolated.
Yeah.
And that's why I always think I've been lucky, because, you know, I knew my mum and dad loved me, even though they left us early. And I was in a loving family. We're a loving family with our son. But there are many people who either don't have that family support or they don't have, you know, we're lucky financially, you know, we know we can put food on the table. But often you find people who are caring after loved ones, they're really struggling.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you've both been very honest as well, Emily, about the future for John and how you set him up, because that would be for any parent who has a child who needs a lot of care, the sort of the fear and the worry is what happens down the line for him. And that's unfortunately, that's the reality of it, isn't it?
It is. And I suppose part of the issue about being a carer is that a lot of your time is spent on just dealing with the immediate, and you aren't great at looking to the future and just managing week by week. But you can have hopes and dreams, and you can put down all sorts of, you know, I'm a solicitor professionally, but I could have trusts and everything, all sorts of ideas like that. But really, unless we have a caring community, nothing is going to work, because you can't force people to love people. You can't force people to care. But what you can do is create a community that cares, that people actually acknowledge carers and see the importance of carers, and enable people, allow people to get on with caring. So when he's older, he's living on his own, there is that support and that acknowledgement that the people they're caring for are important and the people who are doing the caring are important. That's the only solution I can see. But
Do you know, it's such a pertinent point as well, though. And as you've done, Ed, with the book, and you alongside him, and the Party Political broadcast that really cut through where we saw you with John and your family life, is doing exactly that. Thank you for popping in today and sharing your thoughts.
Incredible team.
Ed's book, Why I Care and Why Care Matters, is out now. It's lovely to see you.
Very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.